Shout out to the chat. Shout out to everybody. And we got to keep that same energy. Shout out to my brother Royal Ricardo, Dwayne, round 105. I got you. Salute to everybody. Joshua Martinez, salute. Nobody, salute. Face Your Fear. Victor Wiggins, salute to everybody in the chat. We're getting it in today. And as you always know, we got to keep the same energy. And before we do that, we got a little disclaimer. There's a lot of people sometimes that subscribe to the IBFP and they don't understand what we're about. They don't understand what we talk about. And some people don't like the truth. Some people don't want to accept the truth. Some people only want to be told what they want to hear. That's not what happens at the IBFP. If you ride your bike with no seat, this is not for you. If you believe the stripper likes you, this is not for you. We got to be honest and unbiased about it. This ain't for everybody. This is not for everybody. Everybody doesn't like the truth. Everybody doesn't want the truth. I'm going to give you, if you like to bite your lip when you wipe your ass, this is not for you. If your breath smells like nuts, this is not for you. If you like to look at a man's face, the IBFP is not for you. So be sure that everybody doesn't like the truth, everybody doesn't want the truth, and everybody will not accept the truth. My brother Isaac says it the best. Fanboys just don't understand how much the IBFP keeps the same energy. That's all we're doing. We're not going to be biased. We're not going to fanboy. We're not going to be one-sided. We're just going to be even for every single fighter out there. Salute to my brother, round 105. What's good with you, my brother?
What up, Nuke? How you doing?
Pretty good, my brother. Pretty good, man. How's everything going with you?
Oh, it's going good. And like I always said, if you think that Kambosos will outbox Lomachenko, this is not for you.
uh,
I had to rip on him because I haven't been available in the last few, podcasts. But anyways, how you doing, Nuke?
pretty good, my brother. Man, what do you think about this Deontay Wilder news we've been hearing about this alleged abuse and all of this stuff? What do you think? What do you make of all of this?
I don't know, man. I mean, every time he's lost, he's come up with an excuse.
It's something. It's something, my brother.
Either it was the gloves or it was the steroids or I don't even know what exactly. I honestly think he went at it the wrong way, man. I mean, just take the loss.
And a lot of people think that the only person Deontay Wilder can beat is his baby mama because she's making all these allegations about him. And here's the thing about it, man. Think about all the women that made allegations. You have Deontay Wilder's old lady, you have you have Bivol's old lady, you have Sergey Kovalev's old lady. The only person that's on tape grabbing a woman up is Tank Davis. That's the only person that we actually know for a fact that he went up and grabbed her because he was in a jealous rage. He
Yeah.
was in a fat ass jealous rage.
Oh, I don't know, man.
And that's disgusting. But look, let me talk to you, man. What do you think about? What do you want to discuss first? You want to talk about Canelo, Vergil Ortiz? You want to talk about Errol Spence,
I'll
David
start out
Bivol?
with Canelo, and I just saw your last video, and something intrigued me.
Yeah, talk to me.
Okay, so I was thinking, I'm like, yes, Canelo needs to fight him. That's like the most attractive fight. But what ends up happening if Gvozdyk is just that dude? I mean, we've seen Ukrainian fighters. They're a different breed of fighters, man.
Absolutely,
They hold
absolutely.
power. They're fast. They know how to box better than the Cuban boxers. So what happened? And Benavidez' track record. I don't know if he's taking this training seriously or not because he already showed up drunk. So my question is, what happens if he loses?
If
And
he
bad.
loses, if he loses in any way, even if it's a close fight, I think the Canelo fight for him is done. And he's obviously not getting Beterbiev or Bivol. So really, if he loses the fight, he has to start building back up again.
That's what I think. So now, as opposed to Canelo, man, it's kind of a hard one because he everyone was saying, "Oh, he already gave up the ABF title," and he's like, "No, I've been on vacation." Does he take the skull fight and wonders what's next? I mean, like I've always said, I don't think he's gonna take that Crawford fight. He's been kind of entertaining the idea, but people are already making excuses that he's ducking Skull, even though people are like, we don't want that fight.
The only thing I'll say is this. So when you look at it, the fact that Canelo Alvarez said he needs a week to figure things out and got that extension, that means really one or two things. Historically in boxing, the only thing that we've seen that means is Canelo's either going to make the fight with Skull and he's going to fight him next just to satisfy his mandatory, which I wouldn't have a problem with as long as he has a big fight behind it. Or Canelo Alvarez is just going to pay this guy step aside money and then he's going to take another fight in the interim. So he could do either one. He can either pay him step aside money or he's going to fight him next. Really, those are his only two options, because if he was going to vacate the belt, he would have already done it.
And that's what I'm pondering, because he fights Skulls next, but there's so many variables. What happens if Benavidez wins, but wins in a very bad decision? Canelo ain't going to fight him after that. He's going to be like, that's who they want me to fight, because I already know Canelo. He's not going to waste time if he looks bad.
I don't think that's going to be good enough. I mean, you got to think about it. If a guy gets to win, even though if it's more difficult than what you think, you got to give a guy, you can't say, oh, the fight don't happen at that point. You got to look at it kind of like this. So you'll see before Canelo fought Triple G, he had a close fight with Danny Jacobs. Triple G did. Some people thought Danny Jacobs outboxed Triple G in that fight. And so just because it's a competitive fight doesn't rule the fight out. So if Benavidez has a competitive fight with Gvozdyk, you could understand it. Now, if Benavidez wins in blow-away fashion, you could see that people will demand that fight. But I don't think he's counted out because he wins. It's just not dominant. I mean, everybody's not going to win in dominant fashion.
But now what happens if he loses, though?
If he loses, the fight's done. Benavidez is going to have to build back up. But it's the same thing with Bud Crawford. If Bud Crawford loses his next fight, people stop talking about Canelo. If you see, if Berlanga takes a fight and he gets crushed, that fight's off the table. So everybody really on a fight-by-fight basis is on the line. One loss away from losing the Canelo Alvarez sweepstakes.
That is true. That's just my train of thought. Now, I'm excited for the fight. I'm only going to watch it because I want to see David Benavidez against, I've seen a couple of the Gvozdyk fights. That guy's really no joke. He lost to Beterbiev, and he lost to a very strong puncher, but Benavidez ain't a puncher like Beterbiev. So how is he gonna fare? Is he gonna be able to have enough power to back him up? That's my question right there.
That's a great question. I'll tell you this. This is how I saw the fight. I look at it and I see Benavidez, a young, hungry fighter coming into the fight, but Benavidez has a lot of deficiencies defensively. And his power, he doesn't have one punch knockout power at 168 pounds. He gets these stoppages off accumulation, with the exception of Demetrius Andrade. I'll say Demetrius Andrade just doesn't have the best chin in the world. But when you look at Caleb Plant, if he was just a one-punch hitter, he would have put Plant to sleep early.
Well, the thing about the Plant fight, I'm going to tell you this, and everyone forgets, Plant didn't start slowing down until I think either the first headbutt or the elbow that gave him the cut. Because that's what Benavidez was doing during the fight. People forget he was doing pretty well. He was keeping him off of him. And then when that headbutt happened and those elbows happened, he started to take a lot of damage because of the cut that he had. That's what made Plant slow down. It wasn't because he was receiving all this damage. It all ended up happening because of Benavidez's kind of, I don't want to call him a cheater because he doesn't look, but his style leads to a lot of like rug and throwing elbows without, throwing them purposefully. So, but that's the only reason why that managed to slow down Plant in his tracks. Now, a lot of people also be like, oh, he was hugging him too much. But if Benavidez was the fighter that he needs to be, like he tried to hug Canelo that first time, and Canelo was like, all right, that's what you're going to do. And then during the fight with Canelo, Plant tried to do it again. All Canelo did was step back and catch him coming in, and then Plant was like, yeah, no, I'm not trying that shit with him again. So, that Benavidez didn't do that. All he did was like, okay, come hug me.
So you got to think about it like this. The difference with this is that when you look at Benavidez versus Gvozdyk, after he got stopped, he ended up retiring. Now he has a little more age on him. He has 3 consecutive wins within a year, so that's good. He's been active, but we don't know if age is caught up to him, if he's still the highly skilled fighter he once was, or is he on the decline? We will find out. If Gvozdyk is at his absolute best, in my opinion, I don't believe Benavidez is a good enough fighter to beat him. If Gvozdyk is at his absolute best. But if he's declined, his age has come into play, I think Benavidez should easily win the fight. So it really depends on what Gvozdyk we're getting. Are we getting a very good Gvozdyk still? Are we getting a declined Gvozdyk? Or are we getting a Gvozdyk somewhere right in the middle? I don't know what version of Gvozdyk we're going to get.
I think we're going to get a good Gvozdyk, and I'll tell you why. Generally speaking, when fighters take a ton of punishment like that in a loss or a fight, they either jump back on the next year or following a few months for a rematch, I guess, but they always jump back on. So, Gvozdyk, he decided, all right, I'm going to take a break. I'm going to retire. So he's had a pretty fresh break. He hasn't been training, or I guess in his retirement, he wasn't training as hard as he should have been. So his body could have recuperated. Same thing would happen with what was Mayweather's last fight before he retired? It was Shane Mosley, right?
Floyd Mayweather was Conor McGregor, I thought.
No. Like before he came back to fight Marquez, I think it was with Mosley, right?
It could have been Mosley. I cannot recall offhand without looking at BoxRec.
Yeah. So I think it was Mosley. He took a lot of damage. He set his hands. He was like retiring. He retired for a solid year. He kept himself in shape, but wasn't training. And then when he decided to come back, he's like, all right, cool, on. And I think that's the break that a fighter needs to have in order to kind of readjust himself and be like, all right, my body's reacting well. Let me go and, hit it hard. So I think we're going to get a Gvozdyk that is, rested well and let's see how Benavidez, because Benavidez has been drinking. He's been doing all this stuff. And, well, I don't know if he has, but when he showed up on TV drunk, that's kind of not a good sign. But, yeah. Oh, and before we start with this shit, too, to all of y'all who say, oh, it's okay that he drinks. A professional fighter is able to drink as long as it's not during fight camp. There's no women, no booze, no bad food. It's just pure focused training to win. Especially if you're going up a weight division that you've never been up to. So anyways.
Absolutely. I mean, because you're a dedicated, focused fighter and you live the boxing lifestyle. And so that's what you would expect is guys to be focused like that. Benavidez had me a little concerned. Everybody on the panel, I'd like to welcome Max Guzman, Adolph, the Big Boss, Big E, Jonathan Rivera, Supreme, and my brother Mike Rodriguez. How you guys doing today?
Salute, IBFP.
Hello, my brother.
Good, man.
What's good, everybody? Talk to me. What's on your mind? Mike Rodriguez, what's good with you, my bro? Hold on, Mike, you there?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What's good with you, my brother?
Yo, what's good? New, what we talking about?
Man, we talking about anything and everything, my brother. What's good? What you want to get into first?
I have a question. Does anybody care about Adrian Broner versus Blair Clubs?
No.
No.
Well, we can move on then.
Hey, yo, Nuke.
Yeah, move on.
Yes,
Yo,
yes,
Nuke.
sir.
I'm a big fan of your channel, by the way. Would it be crazy if I think Canelo knocks out Wilder right now?
I don't think that's crazy at all. I picked Canelo to knock out Wilder.
Exactly.
Right now.
Wilder has no boxing skills.
I think Inoue can knock out Wilder.
All he had was that right hand, and that was about it.
Yo, New.
What's good, Mike?
Hey, man, bro, I wanted to ask you, bro, why do you think all these people are pumping up Frank Martin? Everybody keeps talking about it. That's a 50-50 fight, bro, and that Frank Martin's this amazing fighter, but based off of what? Like, I don't see anything special about him for me. I don't think he's trash, but I think he's an average fighter. Like, I think people are way overhyping him. Like, if Tank is fighting Lomachenko or something.
Oh, I agree with you 100%. And I'm going to tell you why they hyping up Frank Martin, because a lot of these guys are Errol Spence fans. See, Errol Spence put the battery in all these people's backs and say that Frank Martin is this and that, and he's going to dominate Tank Davis over 12 rounds, and he's going to outbox him. He's this great fighter and all of this. And they also want to hype him up so when Tank wins, they can give Tank all this credit and say, "Oh, Tank beat the killer that's known as Frank Martin." And so it's double-headed. One, they want to meat ride what Errol Spence said, and then the other way they can backdoor and give Tank Davis credit like he beat, a prime Lomachenko. This is kind of what it is. Now, there is a couple of people that I do respect the opinion on Frank Martin, and that's Supreme. Supreme has done film study on Frank Martin, so I respect his perspective. I know he's not on that, but the majority of people, these guys just want to overpraise, Tank Davis for fighting a 30-year-old virgin like himself.
Right.
That's funny.
That's what it is, man. I mean, Frank Martin is nothing special. He ain't done nothing special. It is what it is with Frank Martin.
Yeah, I hear that. I hear that, big dog. But you know me, I watch tapes. I keep looking at everybody over and over. I keep looking at Tank. I keep looking at Frank, and I'm like consistently watching the TV back and forth, the flaws of both of them. I'm just saying that he is much quicker. He's a little bit quicker than the other people he's going to be fighting. You know what I'm saying? He's not going to just stand there and say, "Hey, I'm going to get my face pounded on." Plus, he can strike too. You know what I mean? So the thing is, he's going to move around. He's not just going to stay there, and he's going to hit back. So, like I said, might be a chance that my man Frank might pull that upset. Straight up and down.
Agree.
I know Tank is good. Tank got power. Tank got everything. Everybody praises Tank. I get it. He can fight and all that. It is what it is. To me, I think Frank's gonna pull it off, yo. He's gonna pull it off.
I gotta say this, man. I mean, you gotta see. I mean, everyone has a chance in the fight game. It's happened before. It's not uncommon for the the unknown guy to beat the top guy. But I haven't really seen Frank Martin be in the position. Now, you talk shit about Tank. That's fine. I don't like the dude, but he's also fought really rough dudes. He took, now whatever you say, yeah, he weight drained, but he still took on a Ryan Garcia. He still took on a Pitbull, which I thought he lost the fight, but he took that power pretty well.
He took that power. Yep.
Does Frank have?
I think he lost.
Does he know how to use that speed?
Hold on,
because he tries to just go in.
Hold on, fellas. I gotta address something real quick. No ducking, no life. What's good with you, man? How you doing? No ducking.
Good.
Oh, my man.
No ducking, no life. Go ahead, button up the blouse for me, man. Go to button up that blouse, brother.
Hey,
he's gonna go to Rogue.
IBFP, you are not a subscriber because at the first I thought you were a fanboy, but you proved me wrong, and I gotta admit it.
No.
I appreciate that. What
keeps it 100.
What changed your mind about everything? No ducking, no life.
Nah, you aren't a subscriber. You keep it real, 100%.
Oh, thank you, my brother. Thank you. What's up, my brother Clavo? Shout out to all those sexy little sluts out there.
Man, shout out to all of them, bro. Can't be without them. Shout out to
there you go.
Shout out to IBFP. Yo, man, what's going on? There's a lot of boxing shit going on right now, bro. There's a lot of shit happening, bro. Man, what's the topic at the moment?
It's whatever you want it to be, my brother. Just throw something against the wall and let's get it. And no ducking, no life. I know you got a lot of stuff to say about Canelo Benavidez. Clavo's on here, Supreme's on here. We got Frank and Tank, and we got everything in between. Whatever you want to talk about, throw something at the wall, Clavo. You got it.
Nah, well, I heard somebody talking about Tank Davis, about him fighting these people, Wade Ryan. I mean, what was the point in that conversation? I just
the point of the conversation is
now the point was because I was talking. Who was talking with me again? I forgot.
That was me. Round 105.
Oh yeah, dog. Hey, listen. What we was talking about was about Frank and Martin. So, I mean Tank and Martin. So I was talking about that my man Frank, he might just have that chance to win the fight. Because what I'm saying is he's a little bit quicker than all them other cats that he done fought. They're not gonna stay there. He's not gonna stay there and go toe to toe all the time. Plus, he got a little bit of power to back up Tank a little bit. Not sufficient, not the monster power, but he has enough to get in and out, in and out. So you can beat Tank if you go in and out, in and out, in and out. Now, another thing
Should
that
I
I want
call
to put out
Nathan to
there,
come in early?
Tank is approaching this fight way different than
And
the
I'll
way
go to
he
the
approached it
mastermind.
with Ryan and everybody else. He's pulling out videos. I can see right through
Yes,
him.
everything
I don't
else
know
is
if
set.
y'all
Do you
can
want me
see
to
through
call
him, but I can
Nathan?
see right through him. He's a little scared. He's a little scared. Oh, I promise, I swear, I'm gonna take everything out on him. I get it, but that I see that to me, it's like somebody that shook. He gonna make a wrong move, and my man Martin's gonna catch him. I'm telling you, bro. Martin's not talking that much. He's going in there quiet. He's praising
Yeah.
everybody. Oh, this and that, we cool. It's gonna be a Martin night, man. It's gonna be a Martin night.
Now, what I was saying is that, and
He
I'm
ain't
not
gonna knock
trying to
him out,
praise.
but
No, I wasn't trying to praise Tank or anything of what he's done, but he has been in there with some solid dudes. Now, Ryan Garcia, yes, he weight drained him. He probably would have gotten beaten had he faced them at full weight like Haney did. But he has taken that Pitbull cruise. He took that power. So if Frank is going to use that speed and is he going to be able to use it accurately and be able to kind of get in and get out? Because and this is no, I'm not, saying that, I don't like Tank, but at the same time, Tank ain't no dummy, and Tank knows how to fight. That he doesn't fight.
and that he definitely got all the tools. But I'm telling you, have anybody in the ring have fought Tank and more like stick and move, or more like stick and move and just stood there toe to toe and got caught with something?
Now, I got to ask you this now, and especially you, since you've seen Frank Martin fight in detail. Does he fight like that on a regular basis, that he's going to be able to do that? Because if he's just going to try to,
Yeah. They
Cambosos
messed
it
up our
and do
order,
it for one-off
and we were
fight,
missing
that's
a
not going
lot.
to work.
So I need to go to
Right.
mastermind.
Okay,
That's like
who the fuck
everybody
is calling?
has an
Yo,
off day. Am I right?
somebody mute their mic.
Even
Somebody mute their mic.
somebody got people in the background. Even Michelle Rivera on steroids, on it, didn't meet Frank Martin. You know what I'm saying? On it, Mr. Ali. So Ali had the power. Ali hit him with that. You know what I'm saying? But Frank stood his ground, and the thing that Frank was doing was moving. That's why they call him the Ghost. He's not the Ghost just to say, "Hey, I'm gonna put a nickname. I'm the Ghost, Frank Martin." You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
There's a
No,
reason
no,
why they call him the
no.
Ghost.
I got you. I'm not too familiar with Frank Martin's career, and I'm not really too familiar with the 135-pound division right now. That's not the division I really focus on. But if you say that he has a chance and you can back it up, then go for it. I'm not really the biggest Tank fighter fan, so I'm not really interested in kind of hissing his fights other than highlights. So
I'm just a boxing fan, big dog. I'm gonna call it as I see it. I've been calling it. This has been the upset of the year. You know what I'm saying? This year has been none but upsets, and I've been calling the upsets based on the way everybody's been fighting. And it's gonna be an upset because now you got somebody that has rhythm, somebody that sticks and move, stick and move.
So,
That's all I
so,
gotta
so,
say.
so you saying there's going to be two upsets, man? Tank might get done in by Martin, and also Benavidez might actually get found out by Homeboy too. You know what I'm saying? So
Well,
both
I ain't say
PBC
about
fighters
Benavidez,
may.
but I ain't say Benavidez, but let me tell you something.
Who
Benavidez,
was
you know what I'm
that
saying?
Benavidez?
The other guy hits. He hits hard. He's been hit by Arthur. You know what I'm saying? Which Arthur's like a monster with the punches and all that. Obviously, he's definitely a monster. But I know for a fact Benavidez is gonna beat him. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna beat him. He's gonna turn on the gas. He's gonna put that relentless hand pressure that he does. You know what I'm saying? I know a lot of people saying he don't have power, but he has enough. He has enough to get you down. He has enough to beat you, to wear you
I
down.
don't know, man. With the winning streak that these Ukrainians have been coming out with, it's kind of hard to deal, man. Like, I'll tell you this: if Benavidez shows up healthy and did learn from his mistake and trained like never before, he's gonna beat him. But here's the thing: what if Gvozdyk goes to the body, starts like really boxing him, not dictating the
Well,
pace?
if Benavidez is smart, if he goes to the body real quick, if you got fast hands like he has, he got to know that. So if anybody counter you on the bottom, you got to let your hand go over the top ASAP. I mean, you're going to get hit, you got to hit. You know what I'm saying? You got to hit back.
Yeah.
That's how it is. Somebody go for the body, you go for the head. They go for the head, you go for the body.
SOGEBK. Go ahead and click the link and get on the panel. He says Crawford has more skills and a style to destroy and embarrass Canelo. He's proven while Benavidez is
I think
overrated
smoking
fighter than
crack.
weak resume IBFP.
What?
So I'm sure a lot of guys would like a lot of things to say to you. Go ahead and click the link. There's a spot on the panel available for you as well. So please click the link, get on here. And look, I don't have a problem with it. I want everybody to get on here and say what they got to say. We can get on. No ducking, no life. You don't agree with that?
I don't. He's a
Tell me,
moron.
what do you think about this statement? No ducking, no life.
What I think is he should take Crawford's nuts out of his mouth. That's what I think.
Oh my God.
Yo, can you guys hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Oh,
Talk to me.
oh yeah. I don't know. SOG is speaking some dumb shit right now. He thinks a 147-pounder has the skill and the style to destroy Canelo, but
It's gonna
Benavidez.
be Jermel Part 2. That's what it's gonna be.
Yeah, like what the fuck? Jermel, a fucking huge 154-pounder, was running from Canelo, but he thinks a 147-pounder is gonna be doing
Crawford just wants that payday. He's gonna set off to the sunset. That's what he's
exactly.
gonna do.
Hey, Nuke, I do have a question about that since we're on that talk, if you don't mind me.
Yes, sir. Talk to me.
So,
Talk to me.
with all that talking that he wants Canelo and he can, clearly wants that payday. If you don't think that if Crawford is a big draw, like let's say he does take on someone at 168 that's not Canelo, you don't think a fight like that will still at least sell something that's going to put some good money in his pocket,
I
or
agree.
what?
It will sell.
Absolutely. If Bud Crawford moves up in weight and tries to take like somebody's mandatory spot, like let's say Bud Crawford takes on a Berlanga and tries to take that spot, then the Canelo fight is 10 times huger should he beat Berlanga, because now he went up there, got the spot, beat a mandatory, and showed that he really wanted it. I don't believe, in my opinion, I think Terence Crawford's a great fighter at 147. We've never seen him at 154. We've never seen him at 160, and we've never seen him at 168. I think Errol Spence is a good fighter, but people take everything from that fight like this man's a god. So the only thing I'll say is I don't believe Terence Crawford is more dangerous than David Benavidez. No, I don't believe that. Is he more skilled than his weight class? Sure. But we're talking about pure danger to Canelo. I don't think Bud Crawford is more dangerous, because that's just me. I don't know. Clavo, what do you think?
Dude, I mean, look, bro, this shit with Crawford, look, is it a big fight in America? I actually do agree that Crawford and Canelo will be a big fight in America, but it's a fucking total mismatch, dog. Fucking 21 pounds difference, bro. That shit is gonna really make a fucking difference, dog.
Look,
once Canelo lands something to the body, or if he lands flush, if Errol Spence was able to land on you, what the fuck you think gonna happen once Canelo lands on your ass too, dog? That's fucking night 140 back to 147, 154, dog.
That's
No
all
other way
the
fucking around it,
LGPC.
dog.
That's all them. They just be smoking crack.
I'm gonna say this.
Bro.
I'm gonna say this, and to all those who don't know about boxing or have not watched boxing Canelo already fought his Crawford match in the name of Amir Khan. Khan came from around the same weight, went up to 154 or 160 actually, and he got fucking knocked out.
You got his jaw rocked.
Still sleeping right now.
So okay, maybe Crawford doesn't get knocked out as bad because I mean Khan's chin is. But okay, so maybe Crawford could outbox him for maybe 4 rounds. But those Canelo hooks, man, they drain you and they make you fucking fatigue. Now Crawford is never yes, he could be a 180. He could be his walking around weight. But he's never fought at that weight. So what is that excess weight gonna do to him? He's gonna have to bulk up. He's gonna have to bulk up. He's not gonna do it naturally.
Hold on 1 second. The only thing is, so Crawford will be putting on 21 pounds total, appearing at 168 for the first time in his career. And not only are those things that he has to consider, but he has to beat Canelo Alvarez for 24 rounds and not get caught, because Canelo has a rematch as well. So that means you have to outbox him for 24 rounds. This is a Bud Crawford that's been caught by Kavalauskas. Kavalauskas is nowhere near the level of Canelo Alvarez. He's been caught by Gamboa. Gamboa is nowhere near the level of Canelo Alvarez. He's been caught by Errol Spence. Errol Spence is nowhere near the level of Canelo Alvarez. So when you think about it, if you're talking about Canelo being able to land a shot, one solid, huge, massive shot, like the one that he landed against Munguia that dropped him, that shot, in my opinion, stopped Terence Crawford. So you mean to tell me Canelo has 2 fights with 24 rounds to land 1 shot, and Canelo's people talk about it like he has no skills. He's highly skilled. So to say that he can't land a shot in 24 rounds and Crawford is just Floyd Mayweather, facing a weight drained young Canelo? That don't make sense to me. Am I wrong, Quavo?
Bro, we're talking about a whole 36 minutes of just punishing to the body, possibly to the head. I mean, look, I give Crawford his just due, man. He's got skills. He's something I've never seen before. But the thing is, bro, when you go up weight like that, are you gonna have the same power? Are you gonna have the same ability? Are you gonna be able to take those accolades, those skills that you have to that other weight class? That is not a guarantee, y'all.
The speed's gonna change.
SOG, click the link. SOG, click the link. Stop. Don't be a chat warrior. Go ahead and click the link.
He's saying he's the same size as Canelo. What the
He's
fuck?
the same
What type of
size.
dumb shit is that?
Well, I mean, in height wise, he is kind of the same size.
And he has a longer reach than Canelo. But here's the funny thing. He said Bud is different. He's the same size as Canelo, naturally and more athletic. Okay, if that's the case, then please explain to me why he's not fighting at 168.
Click the link.
And please explain to me why a few years ago he was on the interview saying that the Canelo fight will never happen. It's too much weight. He said this, man. So obviously right now Crawford is clout chasing and paper chasing at the same time.
No,
You know, I also think this.
One second. I'm gonna let you go. SOG says I'm eating pizza and wings, bro. Give me 50. We don't wait on you.
Bro, those 15 minutes are gonna be a whole hour. Get his ass out of here.
What a dumbass. You're eating pizza and wings, but you're typing in the chat. He's not eating pizza and wings.
Get the fuck out of here.
He's eating pizza. He's eating pizza with his fucking feet.
You want to get on here and type in real chat warrior.
But to him, it's pizza rolls. He's having those Tostinos. He's having those Tostinos.
This nigga texting with his feet.
Hey, Nuke.
Man,
Mother's like, he's probably like, oh no, I don't want to get in the chat. I'm gonna tell him I'm eating pizza instead of my Tostinos pizza made for my mommy.
Yeah, that's what he's at. He's in
He's
in the basement like Tigger.
We done heard all the excuses, bro. Either I'm eating pizza, I'm eating wings, I'm taking a shit, I'm at work. Bro, we done heard it all, bro.
No, he don't want these wings right here that we got on this panel. This shit is spicy, hot. He don't want that smoke.
Man, put the wings down, bro. Get your ass out of Domino's and get on this chat, bro.
Yo, those fucking wings are laced
All he
with
has to do
crack.
is fucking wash his hands and then just hop on. That's all he has to do.
Bro,
Shit.
those wings are.
I don't think it takes a whole lot just to wash your hands.
Those wings are fucking laced with crack because he's saying a bunch of stupid shit.
Yeah, that pizza got something on it.
Hey, yo, Nuke,
I do gotta say, man, pizza with fries, that's the best shit ever.
It has, you know what it is? It has like Crawford's piss on it. That's why he's eating it.
There you go.
It's called a codfish pizza. The pizza version.
Fuck out of here, bro.
Look, I'm gonna say this, man. Terrence Crawford's a great fighter, but I just don't understand. It's 24 rounds. I think Benavidez is more dangerous to him. No ducking, no life. What do you want to say? I know you got something to say on this one.
Yes,
come on, Blouse.
About what he mentioned, that they're the same size, they're the same reach. They could be. It could be true, but the thing is that they just think, oh, he walks around at 168. That's his natural weight, but he's forgetting that he's never been tested at 168, and it's not. And the fight is at 168, but they don't fight at that weight. They also rehydrate, so it's pretty stupid. Crawford's gonna get tired. He's not gonna have the same speed as how he looked with Errol Spence. So it's just nonsense from this guy talking that Crawford is a bigger threat for Canelo.
Here's another thing.
Why are we all entertaining this shit? That Crawford and Canelo. It's gotta be Benavidez. It's gotta be Benavidez and Canelo. This is the fight. This is it. This is like the biggest shit on earth.
How do you think that fight ends?
Honestly,
crazy.
You know what I kind of wish could happen though. Like if I know it's probably already cool. No, it's me.
No, it's not.
Oh man, I can't believe I sound like him. Fuck.
Oh,
This is what all good. No, this is what I would like for it to happen, and there's always a possibility, and I don't even think it's too late. I would fucking like, since Tim Tszyu is out of his fight with Vergil Ortiz, wouldn't it make sense, or if it's possible that it could happen, for Vergil Ortiz to move to the main event to fight Crawford? I know you mentioned back. Yeah, I know you mentioned, Nuke, back then, like when Beterbiev had to pull out due to his injury, that although Benavidez had his already fight scheduled with Kowalski, I mean, not Kowalski, I forgot his name. Oh, Gvozdyk, I mean. Yeah, you said, like, okay, well, he could technically pull out of that fight and fight Beterbiev, Bivol, I think he can do the same thing. At least they could try to make something happen. I think that would be probably the best main event because here's the thing: if Crawford wants to fight Canelo, he needs to first of all take care of business at 154 because how can he have all the cojones to fucking take on Canelo? He can beat him, he can outbox him, he can destroy him, but yet he's got a young, hungry guy in Vergil Ortiz who is in his weight class and he won't even take him on. So to me, like he wants that Mexican smoke, but look, there's a Mexican smoke right at your weight class. Why don't you take him on? And I could guarantee that would be a good payday. And
let him conquer his fucking division first. Beat up Boots. Why don't we fight Boots? Why don't we fight Ortiz? Like you said, he should just forget about Canelo, conquer what he needs to conquer, then talk shit later.
And that's
but right now,
it sounds
to me. Right now, he sounds to me like my dog right there, and that's my homie right there. I gotta say his name. It sounds like Crawford is ducking and he has no life. Straight up.
That's because he needs that. Because imagine if he gets stopped in any fight before the Canelo fight, that fight is truly squashed, and he realizes, bro, I'm getting older. I'm not getting any younger. And so either I get this big payday with Canelo, or.
But here's the thing. It's good.
It's getting older. I get it. He's getting older. But Canelo didn't say, you know what? Damn, let me go somewhere else because Mogia's a hungry young fighter. He's 40 and something.
Yep.
Canelo say, you know what? I'm gonna give him a chance. Yep. This might ruin my chance to fight Benavidez, but you know what? I'm gonna give it a chance. I'm gonna give this young kid a fight. I'm gonna give him a chance. Fuck it. Yep. And he did it. He gave him a chance. He conquered him. At one point, he held him up so he won't fall. Yep. You know what I'm saying? But the point is that Canelo did that. And Crawford's not doing that. So
exactly. Because Crawford doesn't want to get exposed. That's why.
Let me explain this. Look, Crawford doesn't need to worry about fighting Canelo. He shouldn't. He shouldn't even have to focus on him. Because let's put it this way. If he can at least focus at 154, let's say he is to lose this fight, or let's say he takes on somebody at 154 that he loses to. Let's assume that does happen. It doesn't terminate his chances at Canelo because he doesn't even have to worry about Canelo. Like it's like you said earlier, all these guys that have that chance at fighting Canelo, they don't want to take that chance because the moment if Benavidez loses his fight, then it's over with him and Canelo. Crawford doesn't need to worry about that shit. If he loses to anybody at 154, he could still recover at 154, get a rematch, or take on someone else. That's what I don't understand about Crawford's mindset. Like, why do you?
The mindset's not that, dude. I'm gonna tell you who is kind of blowing up, smoke up Crawford's ass. It's the big uncle, the big Uncle Sheik, man. He's the one that's like, I'll pay $200 million for that fight. That's the fight that he personally wants. And that's like, and he's probably telling Crawford, I can make that fight. I can pay you $100 million. He's like, oh shit, all right.
But Crawford needs to know that he may want it. But what if Canelo doesn't? Canelo, I think Canelo
don't
has
need
a lot
that
more
fight.
honor.
Nope. Yeah, but that's why he's afraid.
More honor, and that he would not take that fight.
You know what? Let me see Crawford fight Mogia first. Let me see him fight Hyman. And then we can talk something about Canelo.
Exactly, like, bro.
I promise you to knock him out.
Hey, Supreme.
Bro, he could fight anybody. He could fight anybody. Like, he could, if he really wanted to at least in the weight class that's closer to 168. Why can't he just fight Janibek then? That's at 160.
Yeah, he still want none of that smoke.
Exactly. That's why his mentality right there is for a payday. He knows that if anybody fucking knocks his ass out at a higher weight class, he knows that
his camp is smart. They're like Bomac, like just go in there, get that bread, get yourself knocked out, and that's it. We retire from there. It's over. That's what it's about.
He might as well fight.
Here's another thing.
1 second, fellas. 1 second. Jesus, I just want to say this. Canelo Alvarez could theoretically go back down to 160 and go undisputed right now. And what would be his motivation if Terrence Crawford snatches 2 belts from Janibek? Then that'll be a great fight to make Canelo be like, oh, I can go undisputed at 162. But now I'm undisputed at 168, 160, and then I can possibly try to go back up at 175. You've seen Usyk saying he's going to come back down and try to go undisputed again at cruiserweight. So if that's okay for everybody else to do, why not Canelo?
Yeah, of course. Exactly. That's a fight right there. That's a fight right there. Like, literally, if Crawford could snatch 2 belts at 160, and if Canelo is willing to go back down to 160, that's a great fight. But at 168, bro, these people are smoking crack.
Yeah.
It's
That's what
ridiculous,
I'm
man.
saying. You can't make that big ass jump, man. You gotta actually take care of something at 154, take care of something at 160, and then maybe we could possibly something at
But here's
168. But I think you gotta take
look,
them other
look,
lines
look.
first.
Here's another thing. I don't understand. I get it, and I totally agree. But like, I'm not saying Crawford is a money man. I mean, I know that. I mean, but he sells money, dude. I'm telling you, he sells fights. And here's the thing: if he just handles his business at
Which
154
ones?
and 160, you don't think he'll get a good paycheck just him
But
selling the fight? Why
okay,
rely
so what
on
do you think
But
will be
another
a
that's
bigger
long
man?
fight?
term.
What do you
That's
think will be a
long
bigger fight
term.
right now, money
But he
wise,
could
right
make
now?
that
Would it
long
be
term by
Crawford? Would it be Crawford and Canelo or Canelo and Benavidez? Which one will make the most
Canelo
money
Benavidez.
right now?
Benavidez.
Canelo
Canelo
okay.
Canelo
Benavidez.
To
Benavidez.
right
Benavidez.
answer
now.
that maybe it would be
Bam, there it
Canelo for
is.
sure.
Easy.
Wait,
No,
Hey,
for sure.
Supreme. I've been trying to ask.
We're talking. We're
which
talking.
fight?
I get what you're saying. The 160s. That's a what if it did that? What if? What if? What if? I get it.
Yeah.
I'll be on that too. I don't be on that what if too much. I'm more like right now. Right now. This time, what
No,
if he jumps down, he could do it. That'd be dope if
Yeah.
it did. But money wise, this is where it's at
Hey,
right here.
hey, Supreme.
Benavidez and Canelo will destroy the
I'm
How
gonna
do you
say
boxing.
think
this.
that fight
And
will
I
go,
totally
Supreme?
agree
Hold on
100%.
one second. Big E, what's your question, my
Yeah.
brother?
Thanks, man. I've been trying to ask Supreme because he knows his shit. So, how do you see that fight going? Benavidez and Canelo, straight up.
Good fight. I ain't gonna lie. It's gonna be a good fight. Benavidez he's gonna give it all he got. You know, he's gonna try to wear Canelo down with his little hands and all that and pushing him around. But at the end of the day, I'm gonna see Canelo
Yeah.
tapping that chin and putting
Yep.
him down.
You know what I
He's gonna
think?
I
tap that
agree
chin and he's
100%.
gonna put him down.
I
And
think
you know when it's
Canelo's.
gonna happen? On the ninth round.
Yep. I
Good
think
night,
I see that
Canelo.
Benavidez.
happening too.
He's
Oh
gonna
man, you can
start
see
punching. He's
no
gonna.
ducking, no life grimace on his face. He's like, oh, I don't,
No
that's not
life.
true.
Hold on. No
You
ducking,
gotta
no
see
life.
it.
How do you see a Canelo Benavidez fight playing out right now?
That's me, IBFP.
Yeah. What do you think?
Oh well, I see it. I see it in favor on the cards with Benavidez getting his hand raised, and I'm gonna tell you
What
why.
the fuck?
Oh shit.
Because
Okay.
I like I
Oh
said, I
Wait,
could be
hell no.
wrong,
Benavidez
and
No,
wrestling
definitely
let him,
also?
also
let him, let
I
him,
could be
let him
wrong.
speak,
Now
let him
speak your
speak,
Hold
mind,
on.
let
dog.
him
But
speak.
Let him speak.
let me
Let him
explain.
speak, fellas.
Yes, thank
Okay.
you. I see Benavidez faster than Canelo. Canelo has the power. That's true. The thing is that the later rounds, Canelo starts getting fatigued, getting tired, and we never seen that from David. Even though with the Caleb plan, with all the hugging and stuff, no
Wait,
excuses. He
did,
won. He didn't KO, but he won, and he never showed any weakness or any show of fatigue. David.
you're my brother and everything, but did you see
Yeah.
Canelo sitting down
Last
by any chance fighting Munguia throughout
boom.
the whole 12 rounds?
Nah,
There
and
you
I also
go. There
saw
you
him
go.
do the same thing
I
with
just I
Chavez
just want
Jr.
you to know that
Yeah,
fatigue will be on Benavidez. It will be on Benavidez against Canelo's just gonna watch him. He's like a stalker. He's like a robot. He just sees everything and he lets you throw. He lets you hit. He takes it to
Mm-hmm.
power and he says to you, he's letting you know like, listen, it is over. It's high guard. Canelo doesn't
yes,
have the greatest feet, but he's flat footed. But that feet is power. All his power comes
Yes.
from there. Let me tell you, sir, he does not stand a chance against Canelo. We're gonna give him a good fight. But at the ninth round, your man is gonna go down. Down
okay.
and
We can
out.
There you
agree to
go.
It's over.
disagree, Supreme. We can
Now we
agree to
good. I
disagree.
agree. But the fatigue part, that's a no-no. The man was standing those
Yeah,
12
and he did the same
rounds.
thing with Chavez Jr. The thing
I
is that
mean,
he
But
didn't
Chavez
do
Jr.
he.
is garbage. I'll stand in the
Oh
fucking
yeah,
12 rounds
bro,
yeah,
against
yeah, yeah.
Chavez Jr.
You're talking about the
bro,
standing. I'm saying
Ese
that he's
tipo es
done that before.
basura.
if
Ese
you're
tipo es
basing the
basura.
fatigue,
Agree, 100%.
if you're basing the
Hey
fatigue off
guys.
of the Bivol fight, bro, I mean that was at 175,
But
and
you're
that was after the
75.
undisputed run. That was after the undisputed run. This is the
And
most
that was at
active fighter we've
175.
seen. Well, that's what I'm saying, bro. So I mean, I don't know how you're using that fatigue right
Oh,
now. When the
because
last fight, he
also
didn't even
at
he
the
didn't even
Ryder
sit down.
fight, he also showed fatigue. Even though he won clearly, but he also showed fatigue.
That was his first fight back though, because he was out for a bit because of his hand injury.
Okay, agree. It's still fatigue though.
Talking
I
about
agree
a
with what you're saying.
100% healthy Canelo now.
So
Yes.
we're gonna go. I
And you
guess
got to
what I'm saying
understand,
is,
he was just fighting at 175 prior. Well, not prior to that,
Yeah.
but
hold on one
he
second.
was.
We're gonna talk about what have you done for me lately. So Canelo's last two fights against Charlo and Munguia, his last two fights, last 24 rounds, He didn't get tired in either fight. Is that fair?
Nope.
That's
That is
fair.
true.
That's fair.
Okay. So we don't even consider fatigue if his last two performances show there was no signs of any fatigue, and they were both
Okay.
dominant performances, in my
I
opinion.
could take that. Yeah.
Man,
I
come
gotta
on,
add something
Blouse.
here. I gotta add something. Benavidez is the one that gets fatigued. Every time I see him in the later rounds, he's breathing through his mouth. That is fatigue.
Which fight?
It's in several, dude. He's like breathing through his mouth. He's breathing heavily. The guy gets hit a lot, and the only reason why he's able to do what he does is because he's big. He's bigger than most fighters.
He
He's
is.
bigger than most players in 168, and
Yeah.
Listen, he has no chance against Canelo. I'm sorry.
Nah.
I
Give
don't
him
say
a
he
good
doesn't
fight.
have a
That's it.
chance.
Like I said,
I
we have
can't.
to agree to disagree.
As a
Yeah.
fighter, I gotta say this: there's always a
Not good.
puncher chance, but Canelo he's never been knocked down, not officially. I don't think.
Not officially. He
Nope.
got
Not
saved
No,
by the
no,
officially.
ropes long time ago, but that doesn't matter now.
no,
He's
that
a
doesn't
different
matter
fighter.
now.
No,
The,
look,
the,
He's a
the thing,
different
I'm going
fighter.
to play the advocate here real quick, and I'm going to defend no ducking, no life. This is the first time in my life I'm going to defend a man with a blouse. So
Yo, y'all heard you
Go
say
for
that
it.
shit earlier, Noob. That's
I'm
funny.
going to tell you this. So what he's saying is Canelo doesn't have to be knocked down to get beat by Benavidez. All Benavidez has to do is throw combination punches, punches and bunches, pressure Canelo, outwork Canelo, wear Canelo down, and then that type of immense pressure is going to wear Canelo down. That's going to take him into the late rounds, get him tired, similar to what happened with Bivol. The activity, the pressure, all of that constantly coming at Canelo. The only problem with that theory that I've heard people say is something's going to come back to David Benavidez. Like Canelo's going to throw something back.
Yep.
Can David take
Yeah.
what's coming back? Because I've never seen David fight a puncher. That's my question. Supreme, Bravo, G. Jesus. Can David Benavidez take what comes back from Canelo Alvarez?
Nope.
Absolutely
No.
not.
We
And
ha- we
number two, he is not Bivol. That's number two. Let's get that out the way.
Yeah,
He's not no
absolutely.
Bivol
He's not.
in
And
and
it's
out
not
guy like that.
175.
Thank
And it's
you.
not,
Thank
no,
bro.
you.
he's
We
not
haven't.
passing at 68. If he
I
gasses, it's
actually
at
seen
175.
Canelo
Yeah,
in
like
the
Yo,
we
Nuke, he
haven't seen
can't.
him take.
Nuke, he's not gonna be able. Once he starts getting hit like that,
on his
his
arms
brain is
too.
gonna activate, bro. It's over. It's done.
Like
We'll see.
literally, when have we seen Benavidez with a big puncher at 168? Like, has he
Never.
I've
ever
seen
been with a
Benavidez on
puncher?
his ass.
We haven't.
Never. I
That's
mean,
why it's interesting. That's why the
Exactly. There
fight is
go my
going to be a
point.
war
I'm
because
just
we
throwing
don't
it out
know.
there. I
unless you
want
want to count
everybody to
Gallo
wake
as a
up.
puncher.
I want everybody to wake up and get out of this Benavidez cloud. You understand what I'm saying? Because it's like I said, it's a good fighter. He fight good, but he's gonna go against if he does fight Canelo, it is the elite. This is it. This is the master in that ring. The master in 168, he's gonna fight. He's not going over there to just push him over. That's just not happening. You're talking about a man in his career that lost to Floyd Mayweather, right? And then legitimately, and lost to who?
Bivol.
Bivol? All right,
And
good.
Triple
All right,
G.
so
And
that
Triple
means
G,
this
the
man
first
went
one.
on a rampage, winning every fucking fight he got his hands on, right? So he learned more and more, and it was bigger punches, people that can hit, people that can't hit, people that were combination, people that are fast, people that move. It was he got all that bottled up inside of him. So he's seen every style and everything that comes at him. He already
Exactly.
seen that. All he's gonna do is
Exactly.
mathematically put it together. It's
Hey,
over for you.
Supreme.
let me
So
tell
there,
you
so there
something.
you, so there you
Hold
go.
on. No ducking, no life. Got one. You can
I've got
return
something
your.
to say. Most of us, I believe we're picking Benavidez to beat Bostic, or am I wrong? Most of
Yeah,
us.
I am.
It's
What
up in
about
the
the
air for
rest?
me,
I
Is
mean,
anybody
depending on what
picking
his training is
Bostic
like.
to win?
so, but
Anyone?
man, I got a feeling, bro. He might get found out by Gvozdyk, bro. I'm hoping
Okay.
Benavidez wins.
Okay.
That way the Canelo fight can happen, but he could be found out by Gvozdyk.
He really
Okay,
could.
it could happen. Yes. Now my question is, let's say he does, and Bostic beats David. Would everybody gonna be like, oh, now Canelo should fight Bostic so that he could prove that he was always better than David? Is that gonna be the
Nah.
case?
Nah, man, that's not the
Nah,
way
man.
boxing should be.
No,
No, but I'm
that's a
asking.
No,
triangle theory. That's a triangle theory, bro. We don't do
Yeah.
that.
And triangle theories don't work. That's what I'm saying. But
Thousands
like,
fights.
because if David loses, the Canelo and David fight is pretty much out of the table.
yeah, no. If he loses, he has to look. If he loses, this is gonna really fuck up his
Well,
career because
I
he,
agree.
he's
to
not gonna
me,
be able to go down
in
one
my, in
sixty
my
eight
in
again.
my vision, if he lose, he lost at 175. That's just me saying. If he comes
Okay.
back down to 168 and fight Canelo, it'll still be a great fight. regardless. It's still going to sell out even more. Canelo
But
went
not the
up and
same,
fought
Supreme.
175. He lost, which I wanted definitely him to win. That's not ruining my man Canelo. He's still back down champion in 168. I feel like if he does lose against that dude, right? Let's hypothetically say he did lose. I don't think that should fuck up his chance to still fight Canelo and make that big money and them go at it for 168. That's how I see it.
I have to agree with
Well,
him on that one. That does make a whole lot of sense.
Great.
Yeah.
well, what I think with that is if that gets to happen, Canelo might say, "Why am I gonna fight him? He wasn't as good as you guys thought." So like, it's pretty much like
I don't think
if
he'll
the
say
fight is
that.
not happening like right now, I don't see it happening if David loses. To be honest,
Well, David, everything's in David's hands right now. Let's say David goes in there and knocks out Gvozdyk and just whoops his ass. The whole world has already wanted to fight. But if he does
yes,
that and knocks out Gvozdyk, everybody's gonna be like, yo, whoa, that was crazy.
no
We need to see
excuses no
that
more.
Canelo
Yeah,
fight. And then the whole
Yeah.
world
Oh.
demanded. But if David fucked up and is not focused and is not on his A game and he loses that fight, he can only blame himself. So
Yeah.
really, the biggest fight is in his hands. He has to
Look,
take care of business and whoop this man's ass.
Yo, Nuke, you
agree,
100% right. The fate is
100%.
in his hands. He had the fate the last time. He lost the belt once, again, from the overweight. Then he lost the other one for the Coke sandwich. Then he lost everything. He did this shit to himself. He
There you
prolonged this
go.
whole shit to himself because he could have had Canelo. How about this? He could have had Canelo chasing him for the belts if he'd have
Boom.
had it.
Yeah,
There you go.
Am I
I
right?
gotta say this. Look,
I agree, Supreme.
honestly, Benavidez. Oh shit! I lost my train of thought now. Fuck.
What?
But
That happens when I talk sometimes. My
no,
bad,
you're
dog.
good. No, but the thing that I'm saying is Benavidez is not going to be able to go back down to 168. He stays at 175. He reminds me a lot of what Chavez Jr. did. Chavez Jr. was a killer at 160. He went up to, 168, 170, and he got his ass kicked by Fonfara. Is that going to happen to Benavidez?
You can't
That's my
compare
train of thought.
No,
Chavez
that
Jr.
wouldn't
with
happen to
David,
him.
dude.
Nah, if Benavidez wanted that bad and he beats this guy, he has to come down 168 to
Money
fight Canelo.
talks.
Well, look,
There's
Money
no
I put
choice.
it
talks.
like
There is.
this. No. If the hype is real, and Benavidez is really the guy we believe he is, or that people say he is, this shouldn't be a question. He should put a foot in this man's ass because he's 37, he's older, already been knocked out. Am I right, Clavo? Shouldn't he go in there and whoop this guy's ass if Benavidez is who people say he is?
Yeah.
I mean,
He's
here's
still
the
going
thing,
to
bro.
175, so I don't know.
Yeah, man, but
I mean,
here's the thing, bro. I mean, don't you think that there's a reason why he stayed at 168 for so long without going to 175? Look, Canelo done tasted all kinds of power, all kinds of styles, all through his career. 4-division world champion. David's been at one motherfucking division for I don't know how fucking long. So this is gonna be a whole new territory for him, bro.
yep.
So we believe that
Copy
he should
that.
He
go in
should
there.
be
He
used to
should
that
go in there.
territory, though.
75?
Copy that. That's crazy. Hello? Everybody left the chat?
Are you there?
Nah, I
Oh,
was.
here.
And look, all I'm gonna say, G. Jesus, are you there?
Jesus,
Yes, he
gone.
got off.
Oh
Look,
shit!
all
Al
I'm gonna
Heyman
say
got him.
all I'm gonna say is, man, look, when you look at it, at the end of the day, the fight that everybody want to see is Canelo Benavidez. That's the fight that I'm a openly back and support. And I think sometimes I've had people recently call me a Canelo Alvarez hater and a David Benavidez fanboy, and I just don't understand. All I want is that fight, and that's it. I'm just because I want to fight that makes me a fanboy. That makes me a hater.
You're the
Those are
first one to
casuals
call out
talking.
Canelo when he lost to Bivol.
Casual.
I don't know. I don't really get why people are saying, "Oh,
Everybody's saying all the hate and shit and all that. This is the fight that you want to see. You want to see a good fight. We
Yeah.
boxing fans, we want to see good boxing. No more beating around the bush like you're scared to eat the tush. You know what I'm saying? We all
Thank you,
got to
bro.
fight. It is what it is.
Hey, Supreme, who's that hating on you on the chat, bro?
I don't know. I ain't even
Victory.
read the chat. Hold on, let me see. I can't even see the chat.
2Valid14 says, imagine being a professional athlete and being criticized by Joey Diaz, aka Chalupa Supreme 174.
Who left that comment?
2Valid14.
I say 2Valid14, whatever you are, click that link. I just dropped it. There you go.
That's right.
Drop the link for you. So there should be no excuse why you can't get on the chat, why you can't say what you got to say.
Yo, my bad, dog. I try to see the chat shit and I lock myself out. Who that bozo talking crap?
Hey, go ahead and click the link because I dropped it for you. Anthony Arm, who do you guys got in this fight?
Damn, that's a tough one right there. You talking about Bam and Gallo?
Bam Rodriguez versus Estrada. Who you guys got?
I gotta go with Bam on that one.
Gotta go with Bam Bam. You already know that.
No ducking, no life. Who you got?
Bam as well.
Okay. I'm not mad at you. And who's the guy hating on you?
I don't even know.
14. 2 valid 14.
That's probably Southpaw's mom.
2 valid 14. Go ahead and click the link. I guess I don't understand when these guys talk tough in there, and all you have to do is just come on here and say what you got to say. Why even talk shit in the chat? It makes you really look stupid.
I mean, why talk shit at all, bro? This is a boxing channel. We're here to discuss the facts. Facts over feelings, like you be saying, right? We're here to talk about facts. We're here to. This is a realistic world. Niggas is living in a fantasy world. Whoever it is that got something to say, my people's on the panel. Just log in, come on in, and join the fun.
No ducky, no life. They talking about you look weird, man, because they say you have a filter, you have a blouse open. No ducky, no life. Are they hating on you, bro? Or are they keeping it real?
A Mexican Heisenberg over here.
I don't care.
That's fucked up, dog. Oh my god, that is fucked up.
Yo, I got something to say. IBFP.
Talk to me, my brother.
So I got Canelo as number 5 as my pound for pound list because I'm gonna tell you why. Because I got Usyk as number 1.
Okay.
Because he's extremely undersized at heavyweight, and he did the unthinkable by beating Fury in a very close fight, but he did it. He is an Olympic gold medalist, former, and Inoue at 2nd, Crawford number 3. I got Bivol number 4 just because he beat Canelo, and then I got Canelo 5.
Beating
but what I have to
Canelo's
say
not
is
enough to be 4, in my opinion, but.
I got Bivol over Crawford, man.
Let him finish reading. Let him finish reading what he wrote down. Go ahead,
who's number 2, number 3?
Okay, and all I gotta say is Canelo can do the unthinkable and reach number 1 just by the fact of beating David. Probably David doesn't have much to offer, like a belt or something, but beating David and beating Bivol, and he should retire as top number 1. In my opinion.
Wait a minute. First, hold on.
Get him.
Number 1 pound for pound.
I think hold on. I was with you for a minute, and now you lost me. So if Canelo Alvarez beats David Benavidez legacy-wise, that doesn't change his status because he doesn't elevate from that. It's just a big fight for the actual fans that want to see it.
Because it's a big fight, just because of that.
But that's not going to help his legacy. Put him pound for pound. That doesn't change anything. Now, if he goes on this,
you're gonna set up a lot of critics.
If he goes, it will shut up the critics. But at 175, if he goes undisputed, or even 160, he goes undisputed at this point. That's going to do a lot more for his legacy. So if Bud Crawford want to fight Canelo, he needs to go ahead and fight Janabek, get them belts at 160, and entice Canelo to come down there to make a quick undisputed run before he ends his career. Or David Benavidez should whoop Gvozdyk and put the 175 mandatory spot on the line for Canelo, and then that could get him that spot in for greatness. But either way, the only fight that really makes sense for Canelo is David at the moment because Beterbiev is tied up.
Not Crawford at all.
Man, hold up, bro. I can't agree with fighting David Benavidez. That puts him on a pound for pound. David ain't nothing but a glorified mandatory, bro. I don't see how that would put him number 1 on a pound for pound list, bro. That's a leg.
Now let me ask you something. Who was that, Clavo, or who was it?
That was Clavo, my brother.
Clavo.
Okay, so you say David doesn't do anything to Canelo's other than maybe a big payday, since Canelo already has all the money he wants. But let's say if it's not David, then who? Then who would help him? Who would help him get higher on the pound for pound list?
Getting a win over Bivol or Beterbiev.
Beterbiev or
Bivol,
So you guys are discarding the yes, I agree with Bivol Beterbiev, but so what about David? If he beats David, that won't do anything to his pound for pound.
No, that won't do anything.
No.
David ain't even in the top 10.
He'll be the same on
when the race he'll be the same.
It'll be the same.
No ducky, no life. These are just simple facts. Canelo
Okay,
beating a
go.
non-champion in David Benavidez, and who's not a pound-for-pound fighter is not going to elevate you on the pound-for-pound list. That's no
Yeah, because it's a
disrespect
big.
to Benavidez,
The
but the
only
only
reason
person
why
that wins
Benavidez is in the spots that he is mostly because fans like you want to see him. And once he loses, you guys are gonna find somebody else. You guys are probably gonna go to Verlonga or go somewhere
Not
else that.
me.
Right, right.
Oh,
That's right.
really?
You know what is the
Right.
problem is? The problem is that ducking no life. I remember when we first got on and we roast you bad. I'm
Go,
like,
go,
man,
Supreme.
you're holding it down. The reason he feels like that with Benavidez because Benavidez is the one who gave him that shirt. That's why it's signed. Benavidez gave you
That's
that
right.
shirt, my brother. I already know
Damn.
that.
Bandera roja all day.
No, ya
I
tú sabes, loco.
Nah, but you like to be honest. I picked David to beat Canelo, but he's not even in the pound for pound
Hell
list.
no.
He hasn't done anything to earn it, to be honest, and that's facts.
So then that doesn't do anything for Canelo.
But it's to be honest, I
Canelo's
don't think
gonna
it's a
hit
bigger
them
fight
arms,
than Bivol
and it's
Beterbiev
over.
It's
rather
bigger
than
because the
Benavidez.
casuals have made it as big as it can be. Like, look, I knew Wilder was gonna run into problems way before Tyson. I knew that was gonna happen, and after he failed, people were like, "Oh, he's gonna come back. He's not gonna come back. He's gonna lose again, and then again, and then again." And boxing fans know which fighters tend to stick out, and you know, I thought when Canelo first lost, I was like, "Well, that's it. His career's done." Like every other
Okay,
Mayweather opponent. Yet he proved me
not
wrong, and we're like, "Oh shit, okay, he might be on to something." Benavidez, other than Plant and Andrade, has no one in his record that proves to you that he is that guy.
And
But
Andrade
people,
doesn't even count.
okay.
Andrade was
Okay,
nothing.
so now let me
it,
ask you something. Crawford is in the pound for pound list. He is, and David is not. But we all know that if Canelo fights David or Crawford, we all know we already discrediting Crawford because he's a smaller guy. So
the,
if Canelo and Crawford happens and Canelo beats Crawford, is that gonna help him in the pound for pound?
No, it's not.
no,
No,
No, no,
No, it
no.
doesn't help him. No.
Okay,
Let me tell
no.
you why Crawford is
He
in the
gains
position he
nothing. He
is.
gains
In the
nothing.
thank
pound
you.
for pound position, and whether people want to admit it or not, he is it's a two-time unified champion, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right?
The
Yeah,
first time.
he now unlike IBFP, I think he at 135 or was it 135 he beat Victor Posto. He beat top champions in that. They weren't that big, but yes. So he has earned his spot in the pound for pound rankings. Not as high as you put him. I don't know why you fucking put him that high, but he has earned his
Who?
spot. Benavidez hasn't. Plant wasn't a champion, and Andrade was 165. If you look at Benavidez' record, very few fighters have ever been full-fledged 168 pounders. Maybe one or two. The rest have either came up from 154 or have come up from 160. Not that that's wrong. Anything wrong with that? That's fine. But he hasn't faced. So check this out. I'm going to tell you what happened. Zurdo Ramirez, when he was at that weight, called him out. And Benavidez wanted nothing to do with that man. So
Yep.
you see how he hasn't faced any fighter that you could potentially say, oh, if Benavidez gets beat, it doesn't do anything for Canelo except
and,
a big ass paycheck
and
from
Jim
fans that want to
Calhoun
see Canelo lose or fans that are somewhat
Want to see
fans of
David lose?
Benavidez.
and Jim Calhoun, psychiatrist, said fake injury. Canelo Alvarez literally had hand surgery after that fight, and so that is one thing that you need to take. James Ramirez says no ducking, no life looks like Dr. Evil.
Why they coming at this?
um, Edgar Moreno, I know you were waiting to get in on the chat and say what you wanted to say. Do you want to go ahead and just speak on this real quick?
Listen, I just saw you went live, so when I got home from work, then I just
What,
tried to hop
Edgar?
on and try to jump in. But I mean, I just caught it mid stride. I guess no boxing, or no ducking, no life. It's
No glory, no hole.
he's trying to make an argument for what Canelo's fights may or may not be. I mean, I'm only casting the gist of it. I mean, Bum Beaters does nothing. I hope that the fight does get made, so all the guys like him and all the casuals and all
Thank
these
you.
guys that don't know anything
Thank
we'll
you.
move on to the next boogeyman. But
Thank you.
but I mean,
At least
but
you're
it does
being
nothing.
honest
But it
and
does nothing. But it
Look,
does nothing for
I'm going
Canelo's
to tell you.
legacy.
I'm going to
Canelo's
put it
legacy is
simply.
in stone.
No, but
Look,
at least you're being
Yep.
honest. At
I'm
least
I'm
you're
gonna be
picking
simple in
Canelo
terms.
to win. But
I'm
at
gonna
least you're
tell you
being
in
honest.
simple
You
terms.
want Canelo and
Look,
David fight.
is it big? Yes. Was Mayweather versus what's it, the UFC fighter big? Yes. That's how
Yeah.
big it is.
Connor,
Yes.
McGregor.
Was McGregor versus Mayweather big? Yes. I
it
don't
was.
know why the fuck that was as big as it was, but it was big.
Because
Damn
because
UFC fans.
yeah, because of the
Yeah.
UFC fans, because they all thought that somehow he was gonna have any
That's
chance in hell to do it. But all boxing fans knew, he's just gonna carry him and drown him in
Mhm.
deep waters.
that's the same reason why Benavidez and the Canelo fight is as big as it is, because a lot of
Right,
people
because all
either
these
want to see.
people, right.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's not offense against you. No, I mean you're probably a big Benavidez fan. Me myself, I've seen him fight. Yes, he has good qualities, but his good qualities outweigh a lot of his. You know,
I'm not a Bumvitas fan. I'm not a Bumvitas fan. Just on the record, I'm not that guy's fan.
Let me ask you guys a quick question, the panel, because this is a weird one. I know we talk about Canelo and Benavidez, and let's say Canelo chooses Bud Crawford, a fight that we really not feeling, and Benavidez turns around and ends up fighting Bivol Beterbiev winner. How many of you guys give Benavidez a chance to win against either one of those guys? No duck and no life. I'll start with you. Does Benavidez beat Bivol or Beterbiev, whoever?
Damn. I see it a 50-50 fight, to be honest.
With either
oh
one
shit!
of those
Oh
guys?
my
Wait.
god!
Let him finish.
No,
Let
no,
him
no.
finish.
Hold on, let him
Let him
cook.
Let
Let
me
him
finish.
speak.
cook. Which
Yeah, yeah.
50-50 fight with which guy or both?
With
Yeah, let
with
him say
Bivol,
peace.
with Beterbiev, I honestly pick Beterbiev if
Okay. And with
Beterbiev
Bivol, it's a
and
50-50 fight based on what?
but with Bivol it's a 50-50 fight. But
Why?
with Beterbiev, I also pick Beterbiev to beat Bivol.
Okay,
And
but
he
if
and
he
here's my
fights
reason.
Bivol,
He's
why is it
almost
a
40.
50-50 fight?
Yep.
He's almost 40 years old. Beterbiev and he hasn't never gone to distance. That's how good he is. And there's a reason Bivol has been waiting to fight Beterbiev because he knows the risk of Beterbiev. That's why
That's
he
not true.
waited so long to
Okay,
have the
so
fight.
That's
the
not
question
true.
I'm asking is what makes David Bivol a 50-50 fight?
What makes it a 50-50 fight? I feel
Yeah.
like
Hopes and
David is
dreams.
faster. David is faster. Bivol is more technical. And
What?
So
I
hold
feel
on, no,
like
no.
His
Okay,
volume is
so
too
David
Oh
has
my god!
faster.
no, no, no.
Hold
David
on,
is
fellas,
faster.
hold on.
David has
Hold
faster
on.
hands, but
But does
Bivol
Bivol
is
have
more
faster feet?
technical.
Who has the faster feet in that fight?
Bivol.
Okay, so
I'm talking
David
about
has
faster
faster
hands.
hands and
Faster
Bivol
hands
has
is
faster
David,
feet.
and power is on Bivol's side.
So how is
Okay,
it 50-50? I'm lost how this is a
I'm
50-50
lost.
holy
fight.
shit!
So how the
This
hell
is
does he beat him if you're giving all the attributes to Bevo?
Yeah.
Yeah, you
Exactly.
just
Well,
said
because
Bivol have all these things. How does David
that's
beat him
great.
in a 50-50 fight?
No, it
because
doesn't.
we've seen Bivol get hurt before, not
Really?
dropped, but he's been hurt,
I
and
can
we haven't
too.
seen that from David
By
yet.
who?
By who?
By who?
Who was it?
Who hurt
I
him?
think it was Smith, the one who
You
rocked.
talking about Colin Smith?
No,
No,
no, no.
Joe
It was
Smith Jr. Joe
Joe
Smith
Smith.
Jr.
Joe.
Oh,
yes,
Joe Smith
Joe
Jr.
Smith. Joe Smith Jr.
Oh,
Almost put Bivol out, but the bell kind of saved him. But Bivol won, but we never seen that from David though. That's why. That's why it's a 50-50 fight from my side.
But David hasn't
Yeah,
really
but
fought
we never
anybody
seen
that's
that
going to
from
test
David
him that
because
much.
he fights no punchers. That's why. Like,
David
there's
has
literally
been.
And
Yeah.
that's why. And
literally
that's
But
the
why.
only
David's been
Just because what
Benavidez
he's
been on
done.
his ass. He got sat on his ass by
Oh yeah,
a
that's
person
true.
that don't
Yeah.
punch.
yeah, like the only
Yeah,
two
but where's
people
he
that were
at now?
even Benavidez' size at 168 was Callum Smith and Morrell, but he didn't even fight any of those guys. So just because we never
That's
seen
true.
him in a position like Bivol, but Bivol's fighting big 175
well,
pounders like Joe Smith Jr. So
I
that the
gotta say this.
comparison
Like I
is
Look,
not
said, that's
there.
my opinion. Why I have a 50-50
look,
50-50. That's
health
why.
wise.
I could be wrong, but that's
Look,
why.
I'm gonna say this. Look, Beterbiev is coming back from an injury that ruins careers. So that he might not even be that mobile again to unload those shots. So I don't know about. I gotta see him when he fights a bit more. But he is not beating Bivol, dude. He's gonna get rocked and he is gonna get punched and countered all night. Canelo tried to do that rough, tough shit on Bivol, and Bivol all he did was split
One,
the
two.
Shrugged it
guard
off.
and
That's
fucking
that's
countered him.
Canelo got
Yeah,
that
one,
Exactly.
chin.
twos all
That's
night.
why.
And I
Now,
gotta say
Canelo
this
got
too,
that
man.
chin.
And I gotta say this too, bro. Bivol wasn't avoiding Beterbiev. they couldn't sanction that fight because of that Russia thing, bro. So it wasn't that
Yep,
he
yep.
didn't want the
Yeah.
smoke just yet. It was because there was a legal issue around there somewhere, man. They couldn't put two Russian fighters in the ring at the same time, even though Bivol isn't really full Russian. You know what I'm saying? So I need to put that in there. And also, bro, you must not be really watching boxing if that's how you see Beterbiev, dog. I mean, and how you see Bivol, because Bivol's a cerebral fighter. I think Bivol is actually faster with his hands and faster with his feet. He's a cerebral fighter.
Oh, he's fast, dude.
He goes in and out. He goes into the water without getting wet, gets back out. Man, dude, he is food for
He's like
Bivol
a
and for
robot.
Beterbiev, dog.
That being
He's
said,
a masterclass boxer,
Bivol to
dude.
be Beterbiev. That being
Yes.
said, you pick Bivol to be Beterbiev.
Yes,
It's possible. It's very possible.
it's very possible.
Okay, it is. It
That
is.
right there's a 50-50 fight, but
undisputed.
And old school leather boxing channel, you're on the line, my brother.
What's
Old
cracking,
school
lad?
leather boxing.
I can finally you sucker. What's up, my boy?
What's up,
Hey,
old
what's
school?
up, everybody?
Old
What's
school
up, old
says-
school?
Old school says Canelo
You guys can hear me?
lost because of Canelo in that Bivol fight. Do you
That's
believe
right,
that?
man. Let me tell you why, brother. Let me tell you
What
why.
does that mean?
Look, check this out. When Canelo went on that run, right, at 168, he was
Yes.
starting slow, checking out the fighter, how could I say it? The way Canelo always starts now. He's a slow fighter. He starts slow. He loses rounds. He gives up rounds. But when he fought Bivol, man, I noticed that this guy, man, he started quick with him, man. I did see Canelo win the first rounds. Let me say maybe 4 or 5. Right after that, he did gas out. That's true. He gassed out, but at the same time, the sucker, man, he went into a diet. Remember that diet, the veggie
Yeah,
diet?
he became vegan in that fight.
That jacked him up.
And he had a hand injury.
And another thing, man, Canelo, man, the problem that he has sometimes that he goes against the ropes, man. I don't like when he does that shit, man. I think he lost rounds by doing that, by putting himself on the ropes and telling people, come on. So those are the personal mistakes that I feel that he made. He started too quick. He got in that veggie diet, and also he stood on the ropes too long, man. So so that's the way I see it now, buddy.
Hey,
What's his
Noob.
name? No question, no life. Man, there's no way in hell
Ducky.
Benavidez beats Canelo, carnal. Let me tell you why, brother.
Hey. Okay, go.
Let me tell you why, man. And
Break it down.
Benavidez has never fought anybody, like you guys mentioned, that has that power of Canelo, bro. I was looking at the Andrade fight last night, man, and I see him getting tagged by fucking Andrade.
In the first round,
man.
I agree.
Exactly. Even when Andrade was hurt, he tagged him too, brother. Don't get me. I saw that. Now, if Canelo was the one hitting him like that, he'll be on his fucking knees, brother. And that's a straight up truth. I don't see him being Canelo at all, man.
Yo, homie. That's why when people say that Andrade was like he sucked, I was like, well, maybe he sucked, but he did better work than Plant in the first rounds. He looked so good until he got caught.
Plant almost made. Plant went the distance.
Plant with the distance.
That's what I'm saying. He went.
And also Plant
Barrett
for the first 6 rounds. Plant.
There must be like what a stroke feels like. Holy shit.
Andrade's a quitter, man. I'm sorry to say that. And Andrade, you know what? I mean,
and I'm not even an Andrade fan, to be honest.
People, I know you're not.
I'm just agreeing with what you're saying.
Put down Canelo,
he was doing more work.
that he's fighting dudes that are coming out from, that when he fought Charlo, they're putting him down. But how come they didn't say shit about Benavidez when he fought that overrated motherfucker? He's an overrated dude, man.
Because they're fanboys, bro.
Maybe because Charlo was a smaller guy. That's why.
Smaller.
So was Andrade to Benavidez.
But Andrade was smaller.
168 division.
Yeah,
but he was a smaller fighter.
No, he wasn't in the 168 division. He was in the 160 division.
So Canelo's a weight bully.
Crawford.
So Canelo's a weight bully, and David's
not.
Such thing
I'm sorry to say, but Charlo's bigger than Canelo, bro.
Yeah, exactly, bro.
Yeah, that's the same thing as Crawford. Crawford is almost the same size as Canelo, but that don't
mean. But Crawford is not.
Okay, look, Crawford is skinny. He's thin. He's not big like most of these other fighters. Canelo, yes, he has the same height, but he's stockier. He's meant for that weight he's at.
The question is, fellas,
is
Terence Crawford hittable? Can Canelo land a big shot on Terence
Crawford?
Yes. Absolutely.
Yes. Around, man.
Absolutely.
This is what
Hey, man, this is what I'm saying, man. If Canelo fights, look, if Canelo were to fight Crawford, fuck, get what the fans want, man. There's a lot of fanboys and haters and what I call race choosers that fucking feel that Canelo would get knocked out by by Crawford. That is so funny, bro. I don't know
Those are
why these
casuals only.
people.
Yeah, exactly.
I
They're
think
That's why.
praying and
That's
hoping. That's what they want. They're just praying and
that's why.
hoping for
That's
if
that.
why.
Crawford doesn't
That's why I
run,
said.
if
Hey,
Crawford
yo,
That's
doesn't
why I
run, he'll
said.
get
hey,
knocked out.
Hold on, let him finish.
no. I'm just gonna say, you guys have a good one, man. I gotta get to work. I enjoyed being on the podcast. Enjoy yourselves. Have a great weekend, my man.
Later,
You too,
guys.
brother.
All right,
Salute,
man. Have a
Later.
family.
good one.
Later,
I have to
bro.
head out. Bye
All
bye.
right, big dog.
Dang.
Get some
Later.
head.
Take off.
Get some head, bro. Get some head.
YOLO.
You pervert.
Later. Hopefully, I can get on the next live. Salute, everyone.
Okay.
Salute.
All right,
All
my
right, man.
brother.
Salute,
All right.
family.
Oh, you leaving too?
What a dumbass.
Hey, next time I put a photo here, man, for South Paul to see me.
Oh,
Oh,
I
man.
gotta
That's
prove
Southpaw,
fucking.
it's not
another
where I'm
fucking
at.
All right,
retard.
boys, I
It's
got a
really
question
not
for
where
you
I'm at.
guys. I got a question. And I've been thinking about this because I got into it with oh my
Look
man,
at
oh
that.
shit.
Big kid in the house.
Big kid.
Wepa.
Hold
What
on, I
up,
gotta give
brother?
him an intro first. The one and only Fat Bitch Slayer himself, Big Kid.
Hey,
Y'all
no
hear him recording his
shit.
shit.
You gotta put the British national anthem every time he comes in. Every time.
Save our queen.
Save her king now.
Save our queen. That's
If you
right.
remember the Queen died last year.
Sorry, man. I don't really keep up with that stuff, man.
Okay, so one, can we all bury Julio Cesar Martinez?
He popped dirty.
He popped dirty.
Who's that?
Oh shit.
He returned a positive test, didn't he, today?
Julio Cesar Martinez?
Yep, he
Man, there goes the Canelo hate.
he popped dirty for S5 Diaticus and other masking agents. Yikes.
Oh, that sucks.
Hey, yo, hit
Everybody's
kid.
getting.
You
Everybody's
changed
getting popped.
rooms?
No, I'm still in me. I'm upstairs in me. Sometimes I'm downstairs in my conservatory. I'm upstairs in my games room right now.
Oh, okay. I see that. See, I watch everything.
Yeah.
All right.
That's where all the bitches are at. He's gotta have that.
What's been the debates today? What have we missed?
So we've been talking about Canelo Benavidez stylistically. We're talking about can Benavidez beat any of the guys at 175. We haven't talked about we haven't talked about Vergil Ortiz and his new opponent, and we haven't talked about Errol Spence looking for a trainer. Those are all things that are on the docket too.
And also, we talked about no boxing, no life's hopes and dreams. Apparently,
Wait, so hold on.
Okay,
Let me get this straight. Spence still doesn't have a trainer, and he's supposed to be fighting for Dora later this year.
Yeah, he said he's looking for a trainer.
Yeah, I was gonna ask that too. How does that make any sense?
How does
I
that work?
mean, at least he's Mr. T'ing it and training by himself.
Nah, he think it's gonna be an easy fight. That's all.
Oh, and who do you got
You don't
winning
need a
Frank
trainer.
Martin versus Tank Davis hit? Frank Martin, Tank Davis. Who do you got?
I have Tank by knockout in the 9th. I want to be
Damn.
wrong.
And Benavidez Gvozdyk. Who do you have in that
I
fight?
agree.
Benavidez Gvozdyk.
Benavidez late stoppage 11.
Can
Supreme.
Gvozdyk, can David Benavidez get found out in that fight?
Yes.
Yes.
Clavo, do you hear that? He's talking to you, Clavo. He's saying Benavidez can't get found out in that fight. Same thing you said.
What the hell? Really?
I think there's a possibility that he'll lose the fight, man. To be
I
honest,
don't know. For me, personally,
I
for
also
me,
believe that. I also believe that.
I don't
think-
want Benavidez to lose though because I want the Canelo fight.
Exactly.
That's why
I'm wanting that fight to win for Benavidez so he can go on and get the Canelo fight, and we can all just be satisfied with that massive fight. And then whatever happens next is all good.
I mean, yo, listen. Like, okay. I mean, I think that it's possible that he can get, exposed a little, and maybe if it's like, I honestly think that unless he does stop him like late, I honestly think that if it's anywhere close to a narrow fight, he's gonna get the edge because the bookmakers are the bookies and the bookmakers are gonna need the Canelo fight, a big money fight. But on the other hand, Eddie Reynoso is training that guy. So if it's anywhere near close, it's just
He's managing him. He's not training him.
He's not training him?
No, he's managing. That's part of Canelo team, but he does not train Gvozdyk.
All right, but okay, so I'm assuming he's in the gym here and there, and they're going to be paying very much attention to that fight because that's going to be
for sure.
to what he can do.
That's what I see.
He's part of his management team, but no, he's not trained by Eddie Reynoso.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is the whole reason David Benavidez fighting Gvozdyk is to end up with a Canelo fight? Is that
That's what
do you
I think it is.
I mean that moves him a step forward, I guess.
It's good to see, I guess, from a trainer's perspective, see it live what weaknesses he has. You know, because you can say all this shit from the behind the TV screen, and yes, but when you're in a live fight, that's a whole different deal. You can see a lot of the stuff that you do not see through TV. How he reacts with the cutman, how he reacts to the trainer, you know, giving him instructions. So it might be a lot better to see. It's like seeing you know, the Super Bowl live rather than your TV. You're able to see the whole spectrum and not just the camera, what the camera wants to show you.
I agree.
So, Hit Kid, do you want to see Bud Crawford fight anybody else before he fights a Canelo fight? Is there one specific fighter? Do you want to see him fight Janibek at 60? Do you want to see him fight anybody else at 54? Before you feel confident that him and Canelo would make a great fight, what fight would you like to see him fight?
Here's what he needs to do if I feel confident him and Canelo's going to be a great fight, and I feel confident where it's valid for him to beat Canelo. For me, he needs to beat the following. Beat Vergil Ortiz at 154.
Yes.
Not happening.
No.
No. I'm just going down the list of opponents Crawford would need to beat for me to be confident with him in a Canelo fight. I'll give him a chance. Let me put it like that, because I'm still picking Canelo. Beat Tim Tszyu at 154. Not happening.
Not happening.
And beat Charlo at 154.
Maybe.
You actually can.
How would you feel about Bud Janibek at 160 if Canelo?
I think he would have to go up and beat one of the middleweights, like Janibek, who, by the way, that's not happening. I have Janibek beating Crawford. I'm making that.
I got Janibek stoppage over Crawford, personally.
I don't even think Crawford beats the guy we saw on the Queensbury matchroom card, Chavez, the British lad who we've got.
Oh, man, he's pretty damn good.
I think Chavez stops Crawford.
What do you think about that, Clavo?
Man,
just keep it a bug. If you disagree, you...
I agree because, bro, I mean, we still have yet to see Crawford at these weight classes, man. So that's the thing, and he's about to be 37 years old. He's almost out the door too. So I gotta go. I gotta go with that
test. Do you think Madrimov is a test? They're saying now this is going to prove that he can be a guy with 11, 12 fights, something like that.
Not Madrimov. Not Madrimov. No, it's not.
It's a test for him at 154. It's not a test to prove he can beat Canelo.
Exactly. There you go.
Yeah, it's just a good test, just to see how he could even adapt to a higher weight class.
It's not a test. Well, it's not a test beating Canelo, and anyone who says it's a test beating Canelo.
What he could do, if he wants a test, he could go test Plant at 168. That'd be a good test. It's good power, not too extreme. You know, up against a very good boxer. That would be a good test, and could probably show that he can hang at the 168 limit, and we'll probably grant him a Canelo fight.
I mean, I don't think he would win that fight though. Like, I honestly think that he like peaks at 154, where he can beat a couple guys, and maybe, you know, have some competitive fights, win a title or two, maybe. But that's where he peaks. Anywhere past that, he's not gonna have enough power to make those men back up. He's gonna be the smaller guy, and they're gonna have height and reach on him, and he's not gonna do nothing to slow them down.
So let me say this. Jonathan Ramirez says, which 160 would get Terrence Crawford more ready for a Canelo fight? He said there's a reason why he chose 154 and not 160 for his next fight. And
exactly.
So,
I mean, who's there? There's Janibek.
Witness the Hoax says Crawford's a two-time undisputed champion and gets no credit.
No, he's got credit.
Yeah,
he has credit. He's good.
He gets
the problem is
credit pound for pound. Everybody rates Terrence Crawford.
But the problem is that this guy don't want to fight nobody, man. How are we gonna know, you know, who's he gonna prep up for Canelo? You know what I'm saying?
I mean, and fighting once a year as well, bro. That's really not gonna help you either. You need to be a lot more active.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
But speaking on that question, which 160 would get him ready for Canelo?
Janibek.
I mean, there's Janibek, there's Carlos Adames, and then there's Erislandy Lara.
Does still fight?
The best fighter at 160 is Janibek.
I think the second best fighter is Chavez.
I'm not going to even argue that.
I think Sheres beats Adamas when they fight because Sheres is the mandatory.
Supreme, Moreno, Jesus, Clavo. What do you guys got? Is the best fighter at 160?
I mean,
would
yeah. I
say-
mean,
Oh, hell yeah, Tubbs. Hell yeah.
I would say,
Janabek.
honest to
My
God,
bad,
Janabek.
Janabek is he'll mop the floor with Crawford.
He's like levels above, the rest in that division.
Right.
The only person who gives Janabek a tough fight is Sheres.
Yeah,
I think that's a really good fight. I edge Janabek. Let me be clear. I edge Janabek, but I think it's like a 70-30 fight.
I don't know. He does have Victor Conte on his side though, so maybe he'll just PED his way up to 168.
Yeah, man. I say Janabek as well, but I also can see Lara go ahead and add another common opponent with Canelo. You know what I'm saying? Add you another.
I think Lara will give him a really good fight, man. To be honest with you.
So my brother Guru said, "What great fighter did Terrence Crawford beat?"
No.
Spence.
Anybody?
Zero.
Spence.
You can't even say that Spence was great because he fought the one other guy and he failed.
Yeah.
I mean, you could say he's
I'm not
great for
saying he fought. I'm not saying he.
147.
Yeah, like he was
To
good.
be honest, I wouldn't even know who the greatest elite fighter he's ever fought in his life. Maybe it was that guy when he went to that other channel or that boxing promotion that we never heard of that was from Uganda. I don't even know what the hell he was fighting before
It
back in
wasn't.
the day.
It
Whatever the hell that was,
It
bro.
wasn't Aviation. That guy's a
David
joke.
Aviation?
Whatever that was, bro.
No one
That's
ever
crazy.
tell me Aviation's an elite fighter.
Yo, he's not elite to me. So I don't know. Man. I don't know. You guys said they praising Crawford a little too much, bro.
Yeah, wait, didn't Boots move up to 154 as well?
No, but he's still at 147. He's waiting on a replacement opponent.
Oh, okay. Because I heard him that he wanted to move up to 154 to chase Crawford.
Boots is still at 147. He's waiting on a replacement
Man,
opponent.
Crawford is running from Boots, bro. He's running from Boots,
he's
man.
running
I ain't running from Boots. Bro.
Yeah,
And
because
those boots are made for walking, man.
So wait a minute, guys. So you guys all rate Usyk as a top pound for pound fighter, right?
Yeah.
I have him number
I
one.
mean, he hasn't shown any bad signs.
Yeah, and all you guys would say that he's a great boxing mind. What do you think about Usyk saying that this is that Terrence Crawford beats Canelo Alvarez? What do you think that he sees in that matchup that makes him believe that?
Maybe he sees himself.
Nothing.
Exactly.
Kissing his ass.
He sees himself. He sees himself exactly.
Kissing his ass, and then he mentioned that that's his friend. He said that's his friend.
Yeah,
Come on, man. You're gonna pick your friend.
Yeah, there you go. Well, that's
hey, bro, you got to be real, bro. Like, I mean, these guys, people just, I guess, talk out of fucking fantasy world. Like, bro,
I got a question now. I got a question. Hold on, and I'm going to divert a little bit to Usyk. How do you think the rematch goes for Tyson Fury? Because I saw Tyson Fury kind of fucking around throughout the fight until he got his fucking,
Yep.
Does he come back better?
I'm telling you all, Fury has a legit shot in the rematch.
For me,
I think there's going to be a shock in the rematch. I think Tyson Fury comes back. Okay, now I fucked around. I got what I deserve. Now I'm going to fuck him up. I think there's a shout trilogy right there.
Okay, then what happens? Then what happens when Usyk hits him with that power shot? Y'all keep forgetting that muscle memory is going to kick in, right?
Yeah, but the thing is, Supreme.
Hit you first, real quick.
Me first?
Yeah, you first hit.
Okay, here's the deal. I think Fury will be better in the rematch. I'm 50-50 on the rematch because you can't pick against Usyk because he's win. But I know for a fact Fury will be more determined and much better in the rematch. And
I think so
Fury's
too.
an elite fighter, and it was still a close fight. I don't care what anyone tells me. I thought the fight was close still.
Yeah, it was close. He came back better against Wilder.
Yeah, that's the thing. I've seen Fury come back better in rematches, so you'll have to ask me when we get nearer the time over who I'm picking. But if it goes to a trilogy, it won't be for Undisputed because by then the IBF will have done the move, with their title.
Yeah, that's for sure.
And the winner of that trilogy, if they do the trilogy, is facing Joshua for Undisputed.
Now, I'm going to tell you guys this. This is my thing. I think it's a 50-50 fight still in the rematch because I thought Fury had control for a minute. Very close, competitive fight. But I don't know. I could see it either way. I could see Fury stopping him or Usyk stopping him. It could still happen regardless. It's still a great fight.
It's a good fight.
Could lead to a trilogy. You're absolutely right.
I mean, I hope we get a trilogy. It would be two more good fights.
But I think if Fury wins, I think he's going to take his belts or whatever, and I think he's going to fight AJ. I don't think he's gonna rematch Usyk.
Nah, I
yeah,
don't think. Nah, he's not gonna rematch Usyk, bro. He's not.
yeah,
It's gonna
but
be
Wait,
AJ.
okay,
But
can he
remember,
beat him?
Usyk's gonna come to fight. We know that. Everybody sees it as a 50-50. I get that. That's what's up. But then again, what happens? I'm just asking you. What happens when he lands that hit again? That kind of just brings back that muscle memory where Tyson's gonna be like, "Oh shit, I'm here again."
I gotta answer this because
yeah, but wait,
Yeah, but
quick, like
he's
yo, all right. So let's just say Fury wins, right?
yeah,
Why wouldn't Usyk's team have in the rematch clause to make it a trilogy built in?
oh yeah,
Because
Exactly.
if they don't, like, okay, let's say that
That's true.
happens, then they would have to pay him step aside money for Fury to fight Joshua.
Right,
Yeah,
but it's kind of like let's give it a example like Ryan and Haney. Did you see when Ryan was like, "Fuck it, we could run it back," but Haney was the type of if Haney would have won that fight, he would have never ran it back at
100%
all.
true.
Okay, yeah, but I would assume that Fury would do it. I mean, it's not like he's protecting an O or anything. It would be
yeah.
another massive payday.
Hold on,
I'm
Jonathan. Who do you got in that fight in the rematch? Fury Usyk. Do you see that rematch
I
going
think
into
it's a
April?
50, I see
Not
it as
the
a
other Texas.
50-50 fight. I thought that Tyson
Yes.
had some great
Yep.
rounds. I was coming I see it very close because it's two different styles, you know. Was on one hand you have Usyk who's very active, is to throw a lot of punches, and then you have Tyson who has that big body. I mean, this guy's very close. Um, because the fight could go either way. You know.
Right. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
now I got a
Now
final question for everybody from Mike Trades. He says, Nuke, who would you favor in the fight between Vergil Ortiz and Jerron Boots Ennis? You got to
Mm.
look at it. Boots has
oh shit.
masterful defense. Vergil Ortiz has masterful power and offense. Who would you guys pick in this fight right now if it happened? Let's go down the line. Who wants to go first?
I got boots.
I got Virgil.
I got Virgil.
And,
Oh, sorry, guys.
Yep.
and, and
Uh,
who you?
gotta go with a bit.
Supreme and Hick is going to have some great reasons. Hick, who do you got?
Close fight, but if it would probably be at 154. I've got to go with. But then again, we haven't seen either man fight at 150. Well, we saw Virgil fight a 1-round fight. Let's remember.
Yeah,
It was
I
only
didn't
a
really take much
yeah,
stock into
it
that.
wasn't really a fight, but this next fight for Virgil's going to prove a lot. Right now, you've got to go with a more guy who's used to the weight more. You got to go with Virgil.
Yep.
Oh man, I don't know, man. I got
Well,
boots.
let me see. We're looking at I don't know. You're looking at boots, speed, defense, but he, also plays around in the ring sometimes. He's a little cocky. I get it. He can fight. He's good. When you're looking at Virgil, cuts off the ring, super power. I'm talking about he hits hard. The body shots is fucking relentless, man. He has a freaking hand. That jab is like a battering ram. I always tell everybody that. It'll be a close fight. I got Virgil beating him straight up.
Oh
He'll be
man,
beating Boots.
I
now you
think
guys are making me change my mind. Jesus.
I mean, I basically got the same thing going, bro. I mean, we got Virgil's got more better opponents than Boots at the time. Virgil's already fought at 154 twice, even though they're both 1 rounds. One hell of a body shot on Delorme. I love that shit. I mean, Boots is good, man. I mean, I love him, but I gotta go with Virgil. I gotta go with the man that's got a little more resume, and the one that's got 100% KO rate too, man. So I got Virgil.
I think the fight is very close, 50-50, because of the defense abilities of Boots, great footwork,
Mm-hmm.
timing, all of that. So it is a 50-50 fight. The only thing I'll say is I'll edge Virgil by a cunt hair. In the words of Hit Kid, by a cunt hair, I'll edge Virgil just
My
because of the
punch
power
here.
and knockout rate. But right now, honestly, that's probably one of the hardest fights to pick because I don't think we have enough data from either one of these guys right now.
It's solid fighters.
There is something I would like to mention though before we go. Can we kill the argument that Inoue is not a global superstar?
man.
Hey,
But
kid. I
he
mean,
really, yeah, but he really isn't. Like, who
yeah,
The
outside
he's
of
reason
not.
people,
Japan knows him?
the reason,
And the U.S. Like, I don't even. If
hey,
you
the
go to
reason
Europe,
people,
I don't think anybody
No,
even
I know
knows
he
who
fought
Inoue
in Europe.
is.
Well, I think he needs to. I think he might be fighting on the Wembley card to, increase his.
I think it's hard to gauge that until you put him in the market. So let's say you put him in, the O2 Arena. Does he sell out
Put him on
today?
the Wembley card.
Does he sell out in the U.S.
Okay, the
or
reason
the U.K. right now?
Probably no.
Yo, but
I don't
believe it or
think so.
not, if he came down now, like if he just came down to spur of the moment and fought an elite fighter like him, it will sell out because people want to see that. They're gonna either want to see Naoya get his ass whooped, right? Or they want to see Naoya see how great this guy really is that they always seeing on TV in person. You know what I'm saying? I think the first fight will sell out with whoever he got, long as
All right,
that
now
person's good.
I gotta say this. Inoue, if he is pay-per-view attraction, but he is undercard co-main event attraction. He's not gonna sell out an arena by himself. He's gonna have to be second or third fight. That's all.
No
He has
disrespect,
enough.
no disrespect to the
Yeah, no.
Japanese people. There's a lot of them out here in the
No,
U.S.
I agree. I
This
also
shit
think
get filled up quick.
I do think though, like I also found that conversation interesting with him and Linares. If like people were now I don't know if it's true or not, but where people were saying that Inoue talked to him and they were saying, Inoue was saying that I walk at what was it, 137
Yeah.
for his fights.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean,
how far do we think Inoue could go further up?
Well, let's
but
just say I don't know. I don't like to live with the waters, whatever. But if Naoya was to move up and he's still fighting in Japan, he's still winning, and was to move up, and let's say his first fight would ever be Tank, would it
I don't
sell out?
know.
Yeah, Tank
It
Inoue sells out.
So, but for me
If-
personally, I don't like to point. I don't like to look at walk around weight because that's like when someone's relaxed, they're not in a training camp, they're not really doing much. That's why they walk around heavier. I rather look at the rehydration weight, in my opinion.
So, but let's go back to Supreme's point. Like, if they were to make, let's just pretend next weekend somehow they sat down and made the fight Tank versus Inoue, it would sell out only because of Tank's popularity on this side, not necessarily because of Inoue's popularity on this
You
side.
gotta remember, a lot of
Well,
the casual fans
no,
will look
I
up the
get it,
fighter.
I get it. But there's also going to be a lot of Japanese supporters, boxing supporters, and there's a lot of those in the
There's going to be
U.S.
a lot. There's
You know what
going
I'm
to be
saying? It's
there's
going
going
to
to be
be
an
it will be a
anti-tank
lot of
fan
people looking at this
agenda.
fight.
Oh, no
Yeah,
doubt,
but
dude.
what I'm saying is if the opponent isn't Tank, I don't necessarily think that he sells out a big arena. I'm not saying he doesn't sell out a small arena, but I'm saying he's not selling out a big arena and he's not selling massive pay-per-views by
Right.
himself
It
with
all
nobody.
depends on who he fights.
Correct.
That's
Exactly.
it.
Correct.
His best bet to be
Correct.
popular here would be taking the Pacquiao route and starting to fight top fighters here and then the big fights. Yes, but I mean, he has fans. I'm not gonna lie, he doesn't.
I'll make this prediction. I say if he does one more fight at 122, don't be surprised if it's a stadium fight next year here in the UK. Won't be. I'm not talking Wembley and all that. Please don't think I'm talking. I'm talking like trying to think. He's from Liverpool, so it could sell at one of the Liverpool grounds.
Liverpool.
They're like 40. They're like 40,000. Goodison's like 40. Anfield's like 50 with a decent card. Don't be surprised if Nick Ball versus Inoue is a stadium fight here in the UK.
That can happen.
So let me ask you guys a weird question.
That could
Real quick. And I know this is off topic, but do you believe Teofimo right now beats Jack Catterall?
I do.
I mean,
I
it's
don't.
50-50.
I mean,
I say it's 50-50.
he did
Close
better
fight,
against
but I think he
Taylor
does.
than
Well, it
Catterall.
depends. It depends. Which Teofimo are we talking about?
That's a very good
Exactly.
question.
Yeah,
For
but
real.
Let's
That
hope the good one. Let's hope the good one.
That's why
I mean-
you can't. Like, I'm going Catterall. I'll be honest. I'm going Catterall. I think Catterall's style is all wrong for Teo.
Jonathan, what are you
Maybe.
thinking?
I think it's a 50-50 fight. I mean, it depends which TO comes out. Was it the same TO that fought against Josh Taylor? Maybe he could win, or is it the same TO that came against Cambosis? It all depends.
No. We need the son of Cambosis to defend that. The opponent who's
Son of Australia.
the opponent who's more similar. The opponent who's more similar to Catterall that Teo was faced is Sandor Martin. And Martin got robbed. I don't care what anyone tells me. Martin got
He did get robbed.
fucking a top.
Yo,
he got
yo,
a
yo,
top-ranked Briggs
Hey
job.
kid, I'm gonna be honest. I've been a fan on the down low of a Jack Catterall. Like a lot of people, like you say Jack Catterall, some people be like, "What the fuck is that?"
Should be
You
undisputed.
know what I mean? They obviously don't watch who is
They
Jack
don't watch
Catterall.
boxing. The man should
He's
have
a
been undisputed.
he's a
He got robbed
beast.
against Taylor.
Right. He's a beast. But then against him, against Teofimo Lopez, now you gotta think about it. Which one's gonna show up? The Cambosis Teo, the Jermaine Taylor against Jermaine Ortiz,
Yeah,
is that Fimo or the
The
Fimo that beat
Sandor.
Josh Taylor?
yeah, but
Right. Yo,
Supreme. The point is, Catterall's a southpaw. Hits heavy. I'd say he hits heavier than Sandor Martin.
Well, and he's gonna
yeah,
fight
yeah.
Jack Catterall.
And also, Teo
That'd be good.
struggled. Teo got dropped by Sandor. Let's all remember that he got dropped legit, and he was hurt. And he at the end of the fight when he got outboxed by Sandor, and I think Catterall definitely can outbox Teo. It was like,
Yeah,
have
do I still got it?
I do gotta
Do I
say
still
this.
got
Look,
it?
But hold on. We're
That's great.
speculating this fight. We're speculating this fight, and as boxing fans, we hope that either side comes out on their best behavior, on their best of performance. So if we're basing it on that, just on hopes that they're coming out on their best night, we'd have, in my personal opinion, I'm giving Teo just a slight edge because I think I've seen a little bit more
Edgar, that's a
on
and I
his
got a
best
question
night.
here.
if you're expecting the very best version of either guy, I'm gonna lean towards Tio. But if
Okay,
you look at who's been consistent, I'm gonna go with Catterall.
Right. But
okay.
I mean, as boxing fans, you're like when we're watching fights, we do, and whoever it is, if they're two good fighters, you're expecting them to come out on their best day or their best night.
Yeah,
You don't expect someone to show up, take one punch, and then just lay over.
Can I say this as well? Catterall's looking for Catterall called out Barboza, who he murders. By the way, I don't care what anyone tells me.
They said Barboza or Prograis, right? Or
Yeah, but I know for a fact rumor has it he sent the contract to Barboza, and Barboza's saying that's all cap. Let's be honest, Catterall murders Barboza, especially off Barboza's last performance. On that on the which Supreme went and washed, if you remember.
Don't talk about that man.
Yeah,
That shit put me to sleep. I got a question for you, fellas. I got a question, and this is my point of view. If Teofimo drops a circus clown of a father and gets a real trainer, does he improve dramatically or does he stay the same?
Oh,
he gets better. He gets better. He gets better.
Get way better, way better than what
Improves.
he is. Of course. I mean, he
I'm
got.
Who's the new
All right,
trainer
let me ask you
gonna
a
be?
question. If Devin Haney drops Bill Haney, would he get better?
Yes.
Yeah, he would. Yeah.
Only, but he would have to base that solely on more defense.
I'm just throwing the point out there. The same point y'all just threw out. It makes sense.
He'll get better, but you still got to understand that motherfucker he got no chin, man.
That's the point that's not gonna help him.
This guy,
He's solid. He's solid on the defense.
He's gonna get knocked
He's solid. Teofimo's father doesn't know how to train with the shit.
Let me ask the panel a question real quick. This is a Devin Haney question. Devin Haney was on the zone before he fought Ryan, and he was leading into the Ryan fight. Everybody assumed he was going to beat Ryan Garcia. And they were asking, where would you like to go after this fight? And he was saying, I'd go up to welterweight and fight Mario Barrios. And the guy was like, what about Boots? What about Crawford? He never mentioned those names.
Because he knows what happens.
What happens if he goes
can't.
up to welterweight right now and fights Boots, kid?
He gets knocked out. He gets knocked out in 6.
He retires.
Fight Boots is over, yo. It's over.
He's already, bro. He's been
It's a knockout.
He's been rocked by smaller men. He got rocked by
He's gonna
Loma.
be
I
murdered.
think Clavo has a different response. Clavo, what do you think?
No, well, no. I actually I agree that, man. He's not talking about Crawford. He ain't talking about Boots because he knows what's gonna happen because this guy is chinny and his inside game is worth the shit, man. All his fights is on the outside, so he has no fight on the inside, bro. So he's gonna get found out there too, man.
That's why I told everybody about. That's why we kept telling everybody about him and Ryan. Nobody was listening really to me because I was telling everybody I was watching him. I say you're gonna get somebody that's just like him, and it ain't got nothing to do with I know you're in the amateurs. It just got somebody that got a long range like him, young like him, but has a stronger strike than him. You know what I mean? And it turned out the same way I said. It was a wrap.
No, I ate my words, man. I thought Ryan was a fuck up and he was gonna fuck this up.
I had to work the beginning because of it. So that's all I'm going to say. Quick question: who do we think Boots' replacement opponent's going to be?
Man, I heard it was Kavalaskis.
Oh, Kovalevsky! Wow, that'd be great.
That's what I heard.
I thought it'd be Kovalevsky. The other one who I was going to say is I thought it would be Conor Ben.
Oh man!
And I got a little question for you guys too. So we all know Edgar Berlanga is not going to fight Caleb Plant. We know these guys had some back and forth. We know Danny Jacobs is booked with Shane Mosley Jr. Caleb Plant has been talking about he's going to come back to the ring in August, and there's some talk that he could be in the ring with Demetrius Andrade in August. If that fight is what's made, I don't know for sure because Andrade's been rumored and a lot of stuff. If it's Plant Andrade, who do you guys have and why?
Plant.
I got
Plant.
I'm Plant.
All day. Plant.
Why?
all day.
Because can I go first?
Yeah.
Because look, Plant has been. I mean, he's slightly bigger, and I think he's been in there with way better competition. So I believe that he is just going to use the experience that he's gained and his more. I think he's a better boxer, and I think he's got he has more pop than Andrade, and Andrade has been basically he was thrown into the water and sank like a fucking ball of lead. He sank like a ball of lead, and that's what's gonna happen again.
Yeah, I second that. I go with Plant because Plant did get some secrets while he was in there with Canelo. He was like, Canelo, can I fight good? And Canelo was like, yeah, pull up your pants up a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? Put your hands up.
Yeah.
This is the way you got to do it. So yeah, he's definitely going to beat the hell out of Boo Boo.
I gotta say, I don't know if he knocks him out because Plant's not that kind of fighter. But I do definitely think he takes him to the deep water and he beats him solidly by good decision. Because
I'll be the one then who says it.
Well, I guess y'all forgot what he did to Anthony Durrell. But
that's exactly what I was. That was
by that point, Durrell was cooked, though.
Yeah, but here's the thing: Andrade's cooked. It's a Durrell 2.0. Give me Plant by knockout in the ninth.
Nah.
Brutal knockout as well. Plant
Haney at 68 a little bit.
What? Yeah.
It just makes you wonder if somebody can slap him around a little bit and just get him out of there now.
All right, guys, I've got to go. I'll speak
all right, man.
Peace.
Yo, hey kid, be safe, baby.
What day for predictions for Tank Frank this week? I presume Friday?
Yeah, it's gonna be Frank. I already told you.
I want Frank to win. I'm picking Tank. I'm sorry.
It's gonna be Frank. It's gonna be Frank. Right. I don't want to be the one to say that, but it is. And I feel like
maybe
I don't think. I mean, who did Tank fight? That's a slick fighter.
No, that's true.
Nobody.
Nobody.
Just tell me, who did Tank fight? That's a slick fighter.
Nobody. No.
I'm not trying. I don't want to get in. I'm not a type to get into race and nothing like that. I don't do that. But as far as like slick fighter, you know what I'm saying? I never see him really fight with a slick fighter at his pinnacle where he's at now, like on the top of his pinnacle, right? Now he's gonna fight somebody that's slick, ain't gonna have same feints he do. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna move. It's not gonna stay there and say, hey, let me go toe to toe with Tank, see what he got. I already know what he got.
I hope you're right, Supreme. I hope then at that point, we're gonna see whether
they don't like Tank.
Right?
But Tank really got
exactly.
If he got the tools like we think he got.
Hold on, Supreme. You're being challenged right now. King Knockout says Frank Martin is not a slick fighter.
All right, Mr. King KO, you tripping? You can say all you want. He moves in the ring. He moves his feet. He moves around. He's just like everybody else. Tank gets hit. Frank gets hit. Yeah. But this is going to be the slickest fighter to me that Tank's going to meet up right there. And don't forget, Mr. KO, that your man Frank, obviously, actually fought in the 40s, the 140s before. So he got a little pop. It ain't the Tank pop, but he got pop.
Hold on. Let's put it to the panel. Do you guys think Frank Martin is a slick fighter? Yes or no?
I haven't seen enough of him to say that he is for sure a slick fighter, but I mean, better minds than me.
He's more elusive.
A slick fighter, my definition is a person that moves. Doesn't stay
someone that doesn't stay in the pocket. He'll he'll feint 1-2, 1-2, move to the side laterally and step back. He
Look
won't
for
sit
injury.
there to exchange.
That's a slick fighter for me. That's what
Jonathan,
I'm.
is he slick or
In my
not?
opinion, he's more slick
maybe.
than like
I'm
Pitbull
gonna say he's
and
the most
Raleigh.
elusive. He's the most elusive fighter that Tank has fought to date.
That's
Yeah, because
they,
He's
I
a
think
very
everybody
solid
else is
fighter.
like,
I mean, he might win. But I don't really care too much about Tank. He's not really fighting anyone that is like you could say like, oh my God, is it gonna be? I mean, people are already
I'm
bro,
just
he
writing
saying,
off.
fought
you know,
no
it's
one.
not going to be a guy that Tank's going to go like this. Look, and he's going to like fall for it all the time.
I mean,
He's going to be like, oh,
bro,
I know all that shit. I got that shit in my resume too.
I mean,
You
I
know what I
hope.
mean?
I'm telling you, I give you the benefit of the doubt. I hope, Frank Martin really pulls up and really, shows what Tank really is, not made of. But Tank's no dummy, like I said.
But the fucked up part is if Frank makes it a good fight and it's a competitive fight, I don't think he gets a decision.
No,
no,
he doesn't.
Man,
they're not
man,
pushing
No,
him.
but
he won't.
man,
He got to put in work to get that decision, man.
Get at
If it's
least
But
two
going
like
to be a
knockdowns.
decision, he got to
he would
win
Two
legitimately
knockdowns.
every round.
right. He
Two
would legitimately
knockdowns.
have to win every round
Every
and
Every
and
round,
and
round.
and,
from the
and, and
dean to the
It's
possibly
first
very
to
round.
the dean to the end.
He has
right
to. He
and
has to do the Ryan Garcia tactic and knock his man down 3 times because Ryan Garcia was losing a couple of those rounds. But those knockdowns they count. So if he can prove that he can land, Tank on his ass several times and count, then yeah, he can win by decision.
yeah. I
man,
mean,
bottom,
it
man,
has to.
bottom, man, hey, man, bottom line, bro. Regardless, this is not the fucking fight I want to see Tank fight. He's going on fucking
Facts.
30 years old. He's
Facts.
fucking
That's,
fighting Frank Martin,
that's
Facts.
somebody that
true.
pulled out of the fucking fight
Facts.
man, dog. This is not
But
what the fuck we want to see already, bro. We need to
Thank
see
you.
you go for the belts. We need to see you fight fucking Tio. We need to
Thank
even
you.
see you maybe fight Bud Crawford if that's the fucking case, bro. Seriously, man. I don't
who's
even
that?
want
Who's
to
that?
talk about
Tank? You
this.
talking about Tank?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Tank
he
Davis,
said.
man.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, and listen, I'm being honest. Yo, I like Tank. He could fight, but I'm 100% with you too, my brother. He didn't fight no Loma. He didn't fight nobody. So he's kind of like they kind of like picking these fights for him. You know what I'm saying?
All
And all
right,
I gotta say is
fellas.
Frank is he's gonna be a little poison pill for him. That's
He's gonna
all.
be
All
a
right.
little different. He's gonna be a little different. I get that.
Jonathan, what are you thinking,
That's what I'm
Jonathan?
saying.
I
Yeah.
Little
haven't got
poison
your words
pill.
on this one yet, Jonathan.
For the call, I just wanted to say a couple of things, especially about the double standard, about Canelo, because look, Canelo fought Floyd when he was 23 years old. He fought Triple G when he was 27, both at the time, pound of pound number one, right? What's it
Yep.
called? This guy fights Lara, Trout, Cotto, Billy Joe Saunders, Kylan Smith,
Plan.
Cole,
And Southpaw.
Danny Jacobs, all these fighters, right? So
Mm-hmm.
basically, now we're basically asking him to fight Benavidez, which is fine, right? But
Yep.
what about Tank? What's it called? This guy's 30 years old. What's it called? He hasn't fought basically no one. Well, besides Pitbull Cruz and Riot Garcia and a catch weight and a rehydration clause. This guy put both clauses on Riot Garcia.
Oh, he did it
Um,
to Frank too. By the way, just in case that way you can know, he's
yeah,
doing it
that's
on Frank
true.
too.
Exactly. What's it
Huh.
called?
Damn.
Terrence Crawford. This guy's 36 years old. Throughout his whole career, the only top opponent he's fought is Errol Spence Jr.
Now,
But
Victor Postol too was a pretty good fighter.
I'm
But not
sorry.
elite.
Not
Not
elite, but he
elite.
was a very good fighter. Very slick,
Yeah,
very good. But
that's true. No, that's true. But my point is that this guy is 36 years old, basically fought two, I guess, top opponents, and people have him pound to pound number one. Like, that's crazy. Whereas
That's a very good
Canelo
point.
takes all these risks for all these years, man. Look, this guy Canelo's been fighting here in the U.S. since 2011. That's almost
20
14
years.
years.
Oh, yeah.
Fighting the Mosleys, fighting the Cottos, fighting all of this, but it seems to be like a double standard with just Canelo. Like it's crazy to me. Where, for example, Benavidez was called. He talks about him being great, Well, Morel's been calling his ass out for the past 3 years. Man, he
And
hasn't fought
Morrell chased him
Morel.
up.
Exactly. And was it called? And before anyone says, "Oh, Canelo fought Lara," when Lara called them out,
Yeah,
um,
that's true.
Canelo fought Trout when Trout called them out.
True.
He fought Triple G when everyone was saying, "Oh, Canelo scared of Triple G." I mean, he fought him twice. You know, it's crazy.
Man, that's basically how it works now, bro. Greatness gets hated on, and fucking man, these all these other fucking fighters, B level, C level fighters, man, they're the ones that get all the fucking praise, but one day ain't doing nothing. That's basically how it goes. So, man, tell me how this shit makes sense. How the fuck does Ryan Garcia get so much popularity more than a guy like Nairo Inoue? Some guy that's actually going undisputed. See how fucked up boxing game is now, bro?
Yeah.
The fucking
Yeah,
price
but
is
that
going to people
yeah,
that ain't doing shit.
Crazy.
You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
but that's because Ryan also extended to like the social media fucking casual market. That's why he's
Yeah, that's why.
popular.
Well,
Yeah.
Clavo, I think about this. The biggest fight that Tank Davis has had at this point in his career was his baby mama.
That
Bro, like
Well,
literally,
yo.
it,
To touch back on Jonathan is like I said it before, fellas. Is like the a Mexican being the face of boxing does not sit well with all the media or a lot of the media. So
I agree.
these other fighters. I'm not trying to sound like a racial thing, but all these other fighters they get to pick and choose whichever way they want, and the media backs them and praises them, and they're like, oh my God, they're the ninth wonder of the world,
And you
but
know what?
they fought nobody. If you go back and fight like we said before, resumes matter. And back in the day when it's like motherfuckers were fighting every month is because all right, that guy's the next guy on the totem pole. Well, I'm gonna go take his spot. And if I take it this week, he can come back and beat my ass next week. But they kept fighting each other and proving who was the better man week in, week out. Now they don't do that. They just choose. Oh, I want $10 million for the fight, bro. You can't sell $1 million worth of tickets. How are we gonna pay you 10?
Well, you got to remember, dude, the fight game has changed a whole lot. Back in the day, you started in HBO fight nights. That was no pay-per-views, and you
I
got that.
remember.
Yeah, and you got that. Regular people would view you and would see what you got, and then if you're good enough, you jumped into a lower card of a
Of a
pay-per-view.
heavyweight fight.
You have a
Yeah.
heavyweight fight or a pay-per-view, and then eventually you made. That's how Canelo became Canelo, the pay-per-view star, because he started. Now there's so many fucking there's the Zone. There's a lot of other medias, and they don't show enough boxing. All these fighters want to jump straight to the pay-per-view
Superstardom.
lifestyle, man.
Right,
That's the
right.
thing. They've lost that base. See, Pacquiao was a pay-per-view star, but no one remembers his Eric Morales fights, his
I do.
Barrera
I do.
fights.
I
Those
do.
were
I
on
watch those. I do.
those were free on TV because that's what made money. If you made money for the network, then you got to be a pay-per-view star. Those fights were some of the greatest fights that they had, and they were free. They
Right.
don't want to give those free fights anymore because we're losing a lot of fans. If they could get a network, and they could start showing those up and coming fighters and showing them fight really solid fights, and then boost them up to pay per view, boxing would be whole again. But they're kind of trying to skip that level and
Yeah.
moving up to straight up pay per view. Making them the face of the Zone, make them the face of Top Rank. You
That's
know,
PBC, man. That's mostly the fucking PBC who put a lot
oh
of
fuck
non pay per
PVC,
view
dude.
fights on
yeah,
fucking pay per view, bro. That's where the problem all started.
that's
Fucking
fuck.
offering a bunch of big money to all these fighters. You know what I mean? And that fucking like, let's say Spence and Porter, that wasn't a pay per view fight, bro. I mean, it was a
Nah,
big fight, but that should have been on regular TV. That fight should have been used to get more subscriptions. That way, that Showtime can give you a little bit more money.
for
But
sure.
basically,
Well,
they
that's true.
overpay their fighters. They overpay their fucking fighters. They were making sure to, I guess, make their fighters happy. Then their network. That's why the fuck Showtime got the fuck out. And now that's why they're under with Prime now. And from what I heard, Prime is about to be the fuck out of the box. That's what 10, 11 networks already on the PBC.
Yeah.
Right,
What
That's a
do
right,
you
PBC thing.
What do you
right.
think
Because
the Zone failed?
PBC gave him big checks.
What do you think the Zone failed? Canelo was giving his fights for free on the platform, and because PBC that's what fucked up the Zone in the first place. The Zone was the first that said you get to see the big fights pretty much for free. You just have to get the monthly
Pay the
subscription.
Buy the
subscription.
app. Yep. Get the app. It
Get
was
the
good
app.
while
That's
it
all.
lasted. It was good while it lasted.
Oh, that fucking, they made good money too, but because PBC had all the champions, had all the big fights, they couldn't get no interesting fights. So whenever they did get an interesting fight, they had to go out and make it pay-per-view on top of the fee that you had for being on that platform or for watching it on the platform. That's what fucked it up, man. I fucking hate PBC and I hope they fucking burn in hell.
Bro, for me personally, PBC, I really hope and pray that PBC finally gets destroyed, because the fact that we have to pay pay-per-view for shit like Gervonta Tank Davis versus Frank Martin, like they know that pay-per-view wasn't gonna sell. That's why they also had Benavidez in the co-main. Like literally,
Dude,
this is like I
we
swear.
shouldn't have seen Benavidez versus Plant on pay-per-view. We should not have seen
Exactly.
Benavidez versus Andrade for pay-per-view. Those aren't pay-per-view fights. They never
Right,
were.
right,
Exactly.
right. I mean, I think PBC is the biggest culprit of the whole thing. But oddly
Exactly.
enough, all their
Yo,
pay-per-view fights always sell 250K. I don't know how. I understand.
yo,
I don't know how.
Al Heyman,
Because they
Al
have
Heyman
They
is
all
going
they
claim
have the
down.
fucking sheeps
Yo,
that are
Al
supporting
Heyman is going
pay-per-view. That's
down.
why.
Al Heyman's
they all
going
claim
down.
250K. I'm like, how? Who
Watch
watched
this
it?
shit. Watch this shit. Al Heyman's going down, and Don King is coming up.
Wait, speaking of
Oh,
Don
fuck.
King, bro, is anybody actually watching that Blair Cobbs versus Broner fight?
Do you guys want to make an
No.
actual prediction on that? Or no?
Man, nah. I'm good on that, bro.
I got it.
That's
I got a
Get
prediction.
drawn.
Broner's gonna sit down and eat Cheetos with hot sauce because apparently that's what he does.
and then he's gonna make a diss track after the fight.
Oh yeah,
Hell yeah, hell yeah. Hey, yo,
Bro,
and
but
he's
yo,
gonna say, "Run
that talking
PlayStation."
tough shit with the guns and all that, man. I don't like that when they bring that inside the boxing. You understand what I'm
no,
saying? Like when people talk about, man, I got my peoples there on deck, on point. First of all, you're not
Fucking
that,
good as fuck.
you're not about that life because you don't. One, you dry stitching on yourself. Two, you're saying the work you're going to do. You know what I'm saying? You're not like that. These people are not like that. I don't appreciate them bringing that type of violence. You know what I'm saying? Into boxing. Boxing is already
Not,
violent
not.
as it is.
Right,
Supreme,
right,
no,
right.
you gotta
That's
bro.
just
understand.
Boxing is a
Adrian Broner is an attention whore, so he's trying to
yeah.
do this to get some attention for
I
his
don't know
fight
why someone would sign up with Don King,
because
dude. He steals a lot of fighters'
well,
money.
the guys that are truly about that life don't talk like that.
Right, right. They
Exactly.
keep it quiet. Right. And as a man, as a real man, you don't need a gun to go beat another man up. You got your two fists.
Right. Tank is another one too, though. Tank's
Tank is
another one
another
too. He
one.
get crazy like that
Exactly.
too. Oh, you ain't from there. I'm from this side. You from the upper class. I'm from dog. Don't keep
bro.
relax. Talk
But
about the
that's where you
boxing. Don't
gotta
talk
check
about your
Tank.
gang life.
Cincinnati
Well,
West
that's where you
Side.
gotta check Tank because we can both run up on his baby mama. Like that don't make
Yo,
no
listen,
sense.
look,
Yeah,
listen.
it's
I'm gonna
stupid
sit here.
because
Listen, I'm not a fucking saint myself, bro. I'm 50 years old. I got my grandkids, I got my kids, whatever. I got my son right here next to me who we be training boxing, you know what I'm saying? Because he wants to go up. Listen, listen, read that right there.
Okay.
174, right side,
1744.
174.
Bronx, South Bronx, Bronx
Mm-hmm.
River. We bang. You hear me? We bang, bang. But I've been banging since like the fucking 70s, 80s, 80s, 90s. But you grow out of that shit, man. I don't go around saying, hey, what's up, Nuke? What's going on, my brother? Yeah, that nigga over there, Southpaw, man, I'm gonna go shoot his place up. You know what I mean? Come on, man. We can't, we
Hold
can't
on,
go around
Supreme.
talking like that
Hold
no
on,
more. You know
Supreme.
what I'm
No,
saying?
Supreme, I gotta call you out. I gotta call you out because you're not keeping the same energy. And this is what I mean. Hit Kid is from 174th Street in Wiltshire, England, but you don't think him
Oh,
like
come on, man. You
like
fucking with me, bro. Stop fucking with me, bro.
yeah.
Man, I thought I was gonna hear something serious.
Yo, that shit is hilarious, bro. I think I saw Hit Kid one time with
Oh
me on the
shit.
number 2 train, man. I don't know. Maybe I did. I'm not too sure.
Oh yeah, that was funny as hell,
No,
bro.
but
my
even
bad,
then,
Bubba.
yeah. Speaking of
Yeah,
that,
that
bro.
violence shouldn't come in though. That's my thing. That's my thing. We should all say what we gotta say and be like men. Like back in the day, man, we fight, shake hands. Some
Yeah,
of your best
because
friends is
at
people
the
that
same
you fought before.
yeah, because at
And the
the
other
same
thing,
time, like topics like that. That's not what brought you into the level in boxing.
No.
It's the dedication. It's the hard work that you put into the gym, the sparring, the all the cardio that you do. All of
Yeah,
that shit is what brought you to
the
that
love,
level.
like we say, the love for the game. You understand
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
and look,
Not,
think
You
not,
about
think I
not,
this.
not,
want my
not all
son
that.
boxing? No, he wants to box. He loves it. This is what he wants. He wants to be a fucking 3 division, 4 division champion. Okay, let's do it. It's happening. It's
In the
happening.
words,
It
in
is
the
what it
words,
is.
in the words of the great philosopher Clavo, the only thing I bang is these sexy little sluts.
There you go, baby. There you go. There you go, man. Yeah, all that gangster shit, man. Look, and that's kind of hypocritical, man, because it wasn't Tank Davis trying to go Muslim sometime last year.
Yeah,
No, that was like
yeah,
that was
that's
like a few
right.
months
Hold
ago.
on.
Well,
He
I
was
don't know
trying to
what
go
that's going.
Muslim and then wore a cross at his next event. Like, I don't think he quite
Right
understands
there,
what he's
guys. On.
Yeah, I don't think what he did for himself right there. He just kind of like flipped the script on how you thug life and now you Muslim thug life. Now you're not. I don't get it, bro. Keep the same energy.
I mean, that's what I'm saying, bro. Like, it's not like going Muslim is gonna unbeat a bitch. You know what I'm saying? You already did that.
Crazy.
Mike Trade says Tank does the same thing. Judge people where they come from. He always try to bring the street life into boxing, but boxing is not about the street life.
Thank you, Mike.
There you go.
Mike is on point, just like Supreme. I mean, look, we need all of that tough guy talk out of boxing because these guys ain't really built like that, and we know Hit Kid ain't built like that.
Oh,
Hit Kid is built like he about
Like,
to go breastfeed some kids. I'm just joking, Hit. You know, I'm
I
messing
know
with
him must be like motherfuckers.
bro, like if you want to
But you
talk, if
know,
you want to
but
talk tough,
there's ways of promoting. You know what I'm saying? There's way of promoting and trolling. But you know, leave that shit out of it. Just gotta leave all this shit out of it, all that violent shit. You can promote being fun of nigga, people like, nah, man, you whack. Nah, I'll break you down. Nah, I'll slap the fire out of you. But keep that amongst yourselves. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Don't talk about you gonna kill this, you gonna kill that. That's to me, man.
bro.
That's some soft ass shit.
Yeah, like if you want to promote, if you want to act tough, okay, talk about the past opponents, talk about the guys you beat the shit out of in the ring, or like
Yeah,
whatever. But
go around, try to find a Tank. Go find a lookalike. If I was fighting Tank, I'll go get a lookalike and beat him up. You know what I'm saying? Beat him up, make it look like a script. Like, yo, what's up, man? Oh, this Tank right here? Bam, bam, bam. Oh shit, it wasn't Tank. My bad. Tank, I'm gonna see you in the ring. I'm gonna do the same thing to him like I did to you. You know what I'm saying? But stuff like that.
Look, there's some tough guys that be talking tough on this panel too. I mean, you remember no ducking, no life. You ain't a thug if you come on here with a blouse. Never seen a thug with a blouse. You got a thug in a
Last
blouse
I
with
remember,
baby
he
powder
had
on your
hair.
chest. You ain't no thug.
oh
He
my
had
God.
like a Snapchat filter on his face with makeup and shit.
With lip
Oh,
This
gloss.
nigga
it
came
looked
with
like he
a
had lip
fucking.
gloss.
This nigga
Did he
came
have
with a
lip
John
gloss on?
Travolta blouse on.
Nah, he
Oh,
came in with a
he's getting
Mercedes
ready
blouse
for a
on,
day
bro.
with EDP.
No, and when he was about to get roasted, he said, "Yo, I'm out of here. I'll see you guys later."
I was
nah,
about to
nah,
get him. We
but,
talking about fighting David Benavidez is gonna put him on a pound for pound list, bro. That's the
bro,
craziest shit I ever heard,
get
bro.
the fuck
That's
out of here. That
crazy.
shit won't make him pound for pound number
Uh,
one.
you gotta admire IBFP for allowing the special handicap to get a shot in.
Oh no, oh yeah, big time, man. Yeah, man. I gotta shout out to IBFP for even letting the crazy niggas in here, man. Real talk.
But we
Cause
gotta
then we got to body bag him.
let's just show love to everybody, man. You know, they want the smoke. When he first got on this channel, he got roasted so bad. I'll be honest, I never thought I was gonna see him again, bro. And he got the nuts to come back. No
No,
thugging, no life.
he took it to the face like he takes stick to the face. I gotta respect that.
Oh, that's fucked up.
Oh man.
Bro.
Oh man,
But-
that big Snicker bar with the vein on it. That's what he's eating right now.
All right, fellas, we're about to wrap the show up. Everybody get your final thoughts in. The final thoughts is about any boxer, anything you want to add before we get off. Jonathan, since you've been the most quiet, I'm gonna let you get your final thoughts off first. Anything you want to say before we check out?
One thing I wanted to say, I think we should appreciate all the fighters, man. You know, because there's a lot of great fighters out there, and especially nowadays, we love to criticize everyone. You know, let's appreciate the Canelos, the Usyks, the Inoues, the Bams, everyone, man, and much respect to everyone. Salute.
Absolutely. Thank you, my brother. Bennerberger, what's up?
Oh, yeah. I mean, all I want to say is, bro, when we look at fighters, we have to look past like nationality and skin color, whatever. It doesn't fucking matter where they come from. What matters is what they do in the ring. Like, do we have personal biases? Sure, whatever. But at least, like, we should at least be objective. And when we look at these fights, like, try to look at their resume, try to look at who they beat, try to look at all of that stuff that is actually mattering, not where the fuck they come from. That shit's irrelevant. And so, I mean, other than that, I'm also looking forward to seeing Xander Zayas because I mean, as a prospect, I like him. He's one of the better prospects I'm looking at.
I'm feeling you on that one. Round 105. What's up, my brother?
I gotta say this, man. The state of boxing, yes, it's great right now, but I have this feeling, man, in the chest that once Canelo does decide to retire, which he will soon, it's gonna get a hit. It's gonna take boxing gonna take a huge hit, man. I don't know who can step up and be that main attraction that has entertaining fights all year round. I don't know who.
I don't
I
either.
was just thinking about this the other day too.
Those are big shoes to fill.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
those
Edgar
are big
Moreno.
shoes to fill. Yep.
Edgar Moreno, talk to me.
Yeah, I'm all right. I mean, I try to be as fast as possible. I mean, going back to what Butterburger said. Yeah. I mean, I've been watching boxing since I was a little kid. My dad, we were big Julio Cesar Chavez fans, and that kind of style kind of maybe breaded me or made me a little biased to where like, yo, don't leave it up to the judges. You got to go in there and take care of business so that there's no questions. So I don't really give a shit where anyone's from, as long as they go in there and put in the work. Then my hat's off to them. Second,
There you go.
what round 105 said. Yeah, when I thought Canelo was gonna want to steer the boat better when he was fighting, when he went on his undisputed run, and then all of a sudden a lot of other guys wanted to go undisputed, and I thought that trend would have made it better so that guys start taking the better fights. But I guess because of politics and because of people being on different sides of the street and all this other bull crap, he wasn't able to steer the ship the whole way. And when he's gone, he's yeah. I think we're gonna be waiting for the next guy to try to take the reins and make it right.
Absolutely. Supreme Team, talk to me, my brother.
I'm gonna go off what my man Jonathan said. Yes, you know what I'm saying. I thank all the boxers for even getting in the ring. You know what I'm saying, and entertaining us with this dangerous sport. They put their life on the line all the time they step in the ring. You feel me? You know what I'm saying. So hats off to everybody. I don't hate nobody. You know what I'm saying. I got love for everybody. It's a good sport. Number two, I'm gonna still go with my man Frank over Tank. All right. Number three, you're right about that Canelo. That's gonna be some big ass size 25 shoes to fill in. But I
Yep.
think with the right person and maybe if maybe if Eddie takes over him, could be Hyman. If Eddie was to take over him and grab him and push him to his thing, could be Hyman Mogia that's filling some of the little bit of shoes, that little gap that we're gonna need for now. I'm just
That's a
saying, it's my personal opinion. He just
that's a
need a
fair
better
point.
coach, and I think Eddie Reynoso will be the best to pick him up, to just pick him up and let him take over from there on. You know what I'm saying?
We
I'm just saying. I'm
yeah.
just saying, but he might be the next one. Could be the next one with the
I could
right trainer. With
I
the
could
right
see
trainer.
Hamlin putting it in. I could in business. No Diddy.
All
Putting it
right.
in. No
Yeah.
Diddy. No Diddy.
That's what I'm saying. And one love to all of y'all. Got love for all of y'all. IBFP. That's my man. Clavo. That's an ill name. That's funny as fuck. I ain't
I
gonna lie.
appreciate it, baby. Appreciate it, baby.
Round 105, my man Edgar, Jonathan, and my boy over here, Jesus.
Yeah,
Jesus. That's what's up, man.
Jesus.
Hey, I thank y'all for being on this panel. I appreciate you know y'all show me love and the
There we
haters that
go.
are watching right now. Thank you,
Absolutely.
thank you for hating me. I love that shit. I mean, that means I'm stirring the hornet's nest. So whenever y'all want, come on. We're gonna
Oh, we
invite y'all
got
with
it.
open arms.
I
We
love it. I
got it.
love that shit.
Clavo, what you got for me, my brother?
Yeah, man, same thing everybody said, man. We don't need to get into no goddamn skin politics, man. As long as the fighter is great, doesn't matter what skin color, where he's from, what water he drinks, what color he pisses, what color he shits. None of that shit matters at all, bro. We just want to see the best fight the best. We want to see the best fighter get it on, respects everybody who gets in the ring, puts their life on the line, who actually reaches for greatness. That's all we want to see. We got to support our fighters. Let's be real fans about it, and let's pay for these pay-per-views whenever they are worth it, of course. You know what I mean? Other than that, man, shout out to IBFP, the landlord, round 105, my boy Supreme 174, Edgar Marino, Benaberger, G. Jesus, Jonathan Rivera, and shout out to Sexy Little Sluts, man. Can't be without him, man. Y'all already know.
That's
Shout
it.
out to
He
everyone.
said, shout out to those sexy little sluts, aka Hit Kid Mama. Just joking.
Don't do him like that. No le hagas
And Southpaw,
eso.
and Southpaw Mama too.
Ah,
I
fuck
mean, hey,
Southpaw.
Hit
Fuck that
Kid.
guy.
He forgot Hit Kid. Hit Kid, and,
Oh,
we got to give him some love.
Hit
Nah,
Kid
Hit Kid's my guy. He know.
and the son of
You know, he's
Cambosis.
right now snatching cheeks right now. He's fucking the baby mamas out there.
Oh, my bad. I don't want to interrupt, but yo, my man, son of Cambosis, he said he didn't understand the comment I said. When I said he would choose Crocodile Dundee over everybody, that's like an Australian famous dude, which is like a kangaroo guy, do that dope with alligators. That's what I meant. It went over his head.
I was talking to son of Australia. He's like, I think Cambosos could beat Butterbean with his hands tied behind his back. I truly believe that. I was like, holy shit, dude.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
got the
yeah.
son of Cambosis. Put the kangaroo piss down with the Snickers in the dick vein, my brother.
He
We
is
out.
wild.
Peace, everybody. Peace.
Salute.
Bigger.
Good
Salute.
brother.
All right.
Peace.